Congratulations, you are still alive. Most people are so ungrateful to be alive, but not you. Not anymore.
Hello and welcome to Two Guys, One Necronomicon. Hello and welcome to the final podcast, the last podcast you will ever listen to. We are the creators of the Spooky Pit, the innovators of the Passion Bump, and we talk about your cult classics to your modern day trash. And we are taking you down the darkest rabbit hole of all things horror. And yes, for the 50th episode, I combined both of our intros.
Nice, Shaney boy. Welcome, spooky bitches. This is the 50th. Woohoo! We are your final bros, Brian Hopwood Lacrosse and Shane Mahad Bucket Smith. We are joined today by our Scream Queen, Jen, the producer, and so fucking psyched. Excuse my language, but I don't give a fuck.
Let it out.
For two of my favorite people on the planet, Sauce McGavin,
The intensity.
and Mike G, for the 50th.
Give me some love.
Let's go, boys.
Let's fucking do this.
This is a very
congratulations.
special episode. There's going to be a
Guys,
ton of talking over each other.
Yes, but it is worth it. Like I said last episode, we are doing Saw. This is a movie me, Mike, Sauce, and Brian would go to the movies every year to see Saw, Saw 2, Saw 3, Saw 4, Saw 5, Saw 6,
Yeah.
Saw 7, the last chapter, Jigsaw.
Every October, like clockwork.
It was. It was a magical time of our lives.
It's an awesome thing too, because it honestly feels like so full circle that like you guys started the podcast, such a love for horror from you guys. 50th, something that we all had in common, whether we loved horror or not, was Saw. Full circle moment. It's actually really cool.
True. And like I said, like Shane even mentioned it, like I remember us as fucking little kids in high school, like in middle school.
Yeah.
Right? Can you believe we're still friends with Shane?
That's
I
what
didn't see
say
that
every
coming.
episode.
I'm kidding. Love you, Shane. Can
I mean, I've known Mike since I was literally 2 years old.
How about we do some shots, guys?
I get a shot?
50th episode
shot.
shots. I do not drink, but I will take a swig of water.
We are all prepared.
How about a quick plug for your for the YouTube channel, Sauce?
While I'm pouring this out.
Here's the thing, though. Last time I was here, I did a long intro, and
I loved it, by the way.
Oh,
like
thank
Brian's
you.
intro right now, I was on the verge of tears.
Yeah.
Because I was positive it was going to suck because you weren't doing it.
It's actually
So
been
you
one
did
of my
good, Brian.
favorite
You did good.
intros.
You did good.
By
the way,
thank
Sauce,
you, Jen. Thank you, Mike.
you have my favorite episode of this podcast.
Wow. Thank you.
He's been
That's
on quite
huge
a few.
honor.
Can you name which one?
Wicker Man.
Wicker. It's my number
Wow,
one.
that's so that's shocking to me,
Number
actually,
one, yeah.
because there's a lot
We've
of
made
great
so
episodes.
many Nick Cage references since then too.
That's first of all, I said that I was going to plant seeds the last time I was here, and those seeds have blossomed into one of the most beautiful things I've seen on this podcast. That's firstly. Secondly, last time I was here, did the big intro, and I introduced myself, quintessential future of YouTube, yada, 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 Mr. 1K. Scratch that, Mr. 2K.
That's right.
There we go. Here's the
Let's
thing,
go.
though. Every time I have a goal with you guys, every time you invite me on, I want to be 1,000 higher from the last point that I was here. Thirdly, Shane, you are a piece of shit.
Sure is.
I'm going to bring the heat a little bit because
Sure is.
Tim told me about an episode that will be aired in the future, and you kind of called me out with a little sandbagging shit that you've been doing. And here's the thing. I'm not here to defend myself when you do that. So I don't like that, Shane, and I'm bringing the heat on you. And I am not going to let you get through this 50th episode, this milestone episode, without feeling like an absolute piece of shit.
Yes, he is.
The episode you were referring to is our They Live episode that we did with Tim. Great episode. And for that, let's all take a shot,
Cheers,
boys.
50 boys. Thank you for being a part of
Skull
this.
Vodka.
Jen's got her drink. We're good to
Cheers.
go. Cheers,
I'm waiting to
fellas.
try this naughty girl.
Okay, now I need you all to hold up your drinks one more time so I can get like a photo of us cheersing.
Okay.
My
Ready?
throat.
Yep.
3.
I'm in a lot of pain.
Okay, cool.
I'm sorry. I'm still recovering.
Wow.
I wasn't kidding.
You guys weren't kidding, man.
It's poison.
It's literally battery acid, like Shane said. It's fucking terrible.
I'm
Kinda tastes
drinking
like,
a margarita, so
Kind of tastes like somebody stole my wallet. You know what I'm saying?
I do
You know
actually.
what it tastes like? It probably tastes like Dan Aykroyd.
Wait, I sent you guys a really great photo. I think you guys should look at it. It's actually not like a funny photo, but it's for horror movies, and I want
That's
to put that in the
awesome. I
studio.
like the necro, actually.
I want to put that in our studio.
That is
That'd be
awesome.
sick.
It's inspirational quotes for horror movies.
Love
That's
it.
awesome.
Love it.
Legitimately, though, that shot was terrible.
Yeah.
Read
I
more.
came here for two things. The shot, I was promised some cum dye.
If you want to stop coming, I recommend it.
Wow.
Wait, they're thinking the sponsor actually hurts my cum. I told you this offline that I can't cum anymore, and it's becoming a big problem. But I think I just need the love of a fine woman.
I'm definitely making a T-shirt in the future that says "Come Die."
Fucking, I will pay
100%.
lots of
Yeah,
money
big
for
money.
that.
What about tree
Big money.
seeds? We have
Big
good
money.
sponsors on this show.
Wait, I would
I
love
love
if,
the
like,
vape one.
You know, in Emperor's New Groove, how the vials that Yzma has have like skulls in them, and like they have like purple liquid. What if that was like "Come Die"?
Could be. Could be.
It could be.
Cum dye may cause erectile dysfunction.
Yeah.
He can get
Shane's
it up, he
daughter's
just can't
Shane's
come.
daughter
Okay.
isn't complaining though, but she doesn't come. I mean,
Oh
she
my
could,
God.
but you know.
I mean, honestly, before we like officially get underway, it wouldn't be a Sauce McGavin episode if I didn't say that Shane's a dad.
To 50 more.
There
Yeah.
we go.
Yes, she'd make great wages editing for your YouTube channel.
Embrace it, okay?
Shane's like, let's move on, transition out.
Also,
But we've-
real
but we've
quick,
all-
the camera's gonna obviously pick up. I'm gonna be massaging Sauce a lot through this episode.
It gets me relaxed.
Does it get you off?
It used to, but this is just a normal thing now.
This is what we do. I like doing it in public.
Public massages.
Don't worry though. Like, we're just two dudes. I'm straight. He's
Oh,
straight.
I said that was going to make Shane's life hell on this podcast. One time, me and Mike G went through Shane's search history in his phone, and we found
finding there, Shane?
we found a search history that said dude snacks
He was looking up dude snacks. What
and
is
then
that?
shirtless
What the hell
dudes.
is that?
Okay, so let's actually get into the real story here.
No.
Mike's like, hey, can I borrow your phone for a second? I need to look something up. And he looked up shirtless Christopher Maloney, shirtless dudes, and dude snacks.
All very valid.
That's bullshit.
It's not true, but can you blame me?
No,
Chris
I mean,
Maloney did?
everyone needs to look at Chris Maloney shirtless.
It's hot.
Yeah, and that's why you saved the tab.
You did.
I mean, yeah.
But I'm ready to get started.
Yeah.
now. I know
Yeah,
Brian's a little
Just let,
preoccupied right now.
just let Brian plug it in, and then we will get...
He plugging me
Start.
up?
Yeah,
I'm so
plugged up.
ready right now.
I'm so ready.
I'm actually erect.
What a power move by you guys to have me and Mike on the same episode.
We were going to ask Tim to be on too, but the raccoons won't let him out anymore.
Understandable.
Hey,
hear
Mike,
about
what's your Instagram handle?
Doesn't have one.
Instagramless Mike.
I'm,
Okay, never mind then. I'm not
like
going to tag you in the
social
thing that
free.
I just
Yeah, you don't gotta tag me.
Hit him with an at Instagramless Mike G.
That's
You,
very
you could
retro.
just hashtag me. Hashtag G.
I used to
Hashtag
do that
Mike
on
G.
Twitter all the time. Just hashtag Mike J.
Why are you tweeting about me, Shane?
It's back in the day when I used to tweet, I ate chicken nuggets, hashtag Mike
Because
J.
he knows you're not on social media, so he will do things where you can't defend yourself.
Don't worry, Sauce. I just tagged you.
Thank you.
Fucking setup, dude.
He publicly shamed me, but I can't defend myself.
See, this is what I'm talking about, though, because I was right telling Tim on that episode you sandbagged me, because you're trying to sandbag me on my own podcast.
No, I'm just calling you out.
Yeah, that's sandbagging
At
me.
least you're here to defend yourself.
That's true.
You could have a defense.
Yeah.
I don't get that luxury on this
Well,
podcast,
you can defend yourself now.
and I am.
Nah, he's good. Brian's good. He knows what he's doing.
This is just witty banter.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something. I'm going to give you guys a tip. I'm going to give you boys a
Tell
tip.
me more about Shane's daughter.
No.
I'm going to tell you how Shane actually was able to get the girl to birth the daughter for him. Shane has some methods that unorthodox method that people don't know about. Shane's big on rubbing conditioner on his body
All over.
all over, smooth, like a baby seal
It's a turn on.
without the clubbing.
You guys are sick. You're actually sick.
And there's this girl. Every time I'm on this episode, I'm gonna leave a little hint on who the girl is.
Yeah.
Name starts with an L. Starting to click now.
No.
It's a nickname. Real name starts with an E. Nickname starts with an L.
Lynn? Evelyn?
No.
Evelyn's a really popular name in horror movies.
Yeah.
Last name. Should I go this far?
Go.
Z.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
That burp was like.
Is it bad? I actually realistically don't know who you're talking about.
exactly.
I'm gonna go deeper.
Deeper. Shane loves it deep.
Friend
Brian,
of the
can you text
family.
it to me?
Oh, fuck off!
Yeah.
Fuck
Yeah,
off!
Shane, you're a dirty boy.
Dang
It's a
it.
friend of the family, and no one knows about her and Shane.
Because it's not real. That never happened.
You have to. We need a code word, Sauce. When we hang out with her in the future, we
It'll
need a
literally-
code word. You just have to walk up to me when she's in the room and just say pineapples.
No, because
Big deal.
it won't
Can you
actually
do that?
happen because it's not
Or
real.
say
That's a deal.
Pikachu. Or say
I'm gonna-
Pikachu. Pikachu
I'm
or
gonna-
pineapples. One of the two.
I'm doing Pikachu.
Okay.
I'm so glad none of this is real. Bri, are you good?
That's
Yeah,
great.
buddy.
Wait,
With all
Sauce,
that-
I need you to look at this.
What are we looking at?
That
Ooh.
Pikachu's twerking it, Shane.
That is just Pika.
Back in that ass.
How many beers
She's
to fuck
back
that
in that
Pikachu?
ass.
How many
What?
beers to fuck the
look,
Pikachu?
look at its HP though.
69?
40.
Nice.
My glasses on. I couldn't see.
That's a thick boy.
And its attack is Thunder Cheeks, and if you flip a coin, if
Thunder
Tails
Cheeks?
Thick Pikachu deals 10 damage to itself.
Okay, so how many beers to fuck the Pikachu?
One,
0 for
one.
me.
You're just fucking the Pikachu?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You saw the cheeks on that thing?
We're clapping Pikachu ass?
You see where I'm
You're the
going
one
with
that said it.
You see this shit?
Did everyone hear that quote? Shane Smith quote. We smacking Pikachu ass.
Yeah.
End
I
quote.
think it's like
It
clapping
is,
Pikachu.
it is
Clapping,
also
whatever.
said that when several of these thick Pokemon gather, their thick electric cheeks can cause thunderstorms.
Mm.
Ayo.
Hey, cool party.
I'm really getting into sauce
Yeah, he's
right
really
now.
getting in deep.
You know what I'm getting into? The spooky pit. Oh, you're such a.
The two men locked in a strange
Let me drink some
room
poison.
are unknowingly cast into a game by a mysterious serial killer. Saw was released in 2004, directed by one of our faves, James Wan. It's a horror mystery thriller starring Lee Winnell as Adam Faulkner, Carrie Ewells as Dr. Lawrence Gordon, Danny Glover as Detective David Tapp 2 years before he was actually ineligible. Or
To act?
illegible. Is that the word?
I don't know.
Illegible.
Illegible.
That's reading. Ineligible. I think you were right the first
I
time.
think you were right the first time. I think it's
Ineligible.
ineligible.
2 years before he literally could not speak or utter the English language anymore.
Oh, maybe it was. No, ineligible. Yeah, you're right.
Ken Long.
Illegible.
Jesus Christ.
You were right the fifth time. I was
We're-
wrong the first
All
time.
right.
This
50th
episode's going to take
episode
forever.
shot.
That's 2 for Shaney.
Ken
Oh,
Long
yeah.
is Detective
Oh,
Stephen
yeah.
Singh. One of Shane's fave, Dina Meyer as Carrie.
She's really good in Starship Troopers.
Michael Emerson, one of my faves from Lost, as Zepp Hindle, and Tobin Bell as Jigsaw, the legend himself.
Do you want some upfront facts?
Hit us with it, Jen.
Go, Jen.
We love it.
Please.
So this was director James Wan's feature debut, and him and Lee Winnell actually wanted to do a movie like right out of college. So they made this as like a short film of just like the bathroom scenes at first. And let's see, Lee Winnell also in this very first scene performed his own stunt underwater during the opening scene in the bathtub, and he stayed underwater by having a crew member stand on his chest.
That's crazy.
Right?
That's dedication.
I have a few. The whole film was filmed in 18 days. Let me see. And director James Wan also took a gamble and did not take any upfront salary for this film and opted for a percentage instead.
Big move.
Very.
Yeah.
And I'll say one more thing. Okay, so to help sell the concept for this film, when they were doing that, Lee Winnell shot a scene, which this scene's clearly like a little different in the movie because it's not Lee Winnell's character never wears the bear trap, but Lee Winnell shot a scene in which he appears to be in the bear trap, and there were no visual effects involved in this, and he actually had to place the teeth of the rusty bear trap in his mouth to make this seem real.
I respect that.
Yeah,
Respect that.
they're
It
like
all- yeah, it all paid
they're
off.
amazing.
I mean, Lee Winnell went on to be a great director himself. So
Yeah.
I think the entirety of the Sauce series has spent like maybe $100, and they've made quite a few
Yeah.
million.
I mean, fucking James Wan's making Aquaman nowadays, so he did
Yeah.
very well for himself too.
Are we doing this?
Let's
Are we
let's
getting
do
into
it.
the
Yep,
50th?
yeah, let's do it. Okay,
Let's
so
jump in. Let's jump in right into that underwater scene.
yes, so we open up with Adam waking up inside of a bathtub. His big toe accidentally pulls the bathtub cord. Is that what it's called? The bath cord? Plug, yeah, the
Plug,
bathtub
yeah.
plug. And you see this blue thing shoot down the drain. You don't know what the blue thing is yet. He wakes up, falls out of the tub. It's dark, but he hears another voice.
It's dark to the viewer. It's pitch black to Adam in
Correct.
the movie.
Right.
He starts talking to another man. You hear another man's voice who the other man turns on the lights, and they both notice that there is a man sprawled out dead on the floor with a very disgusting gun wound, like the kind where you see like someone get blown brains out and like there's a lot of like brain matter on the floor.
What's he carrying in those hands, Bri?
Yeah, on one hand he has a gun. I think it's the left hand with the gun and the right hand with the cassette player. I could be wrong.
You are absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And the other man, not the guy that woke up in the bathtub, but the other guy, Dr. Gordon, his name is, he tells them that he just woke up there, and he asks if he knows the dead guy, but he doesn't know. Both don't know who the dead guy on the floor is. They both also don't remember how they got there.
How did you get here? You asked.
Holy hell. Shane.
Also, they show the dead body and Adam loses it, throws up, I believe.
A little bit, yeah.
Poops a little bit. Dr. Gordon, no cell. Doesn't phase him.
He's a doctor. He's seen dead bodies and blood all the time.
I don't think like that.
So like
I'm sure he's seen a gunshot wound.
we have to
right?
assume that Dr. Gordon has probably been up for a longer
like it.
period of time than
Right.
Adam, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Adam just woke up in that scene. Dr. Gordon has probably trying to been processed this for a while. I'm just surprised he hasn't opened up, like turned the light on by now, because he was the one who turned the light on, right? So like it just took him, I don't know.
He did. Yeah, he's like, he basically is trying to calm Adam down. And he's like, oh, wait, I found something.
Yeah.
Literally, that tone of voice, straight dead.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, I found something. And then the lights go on.
Yeah. So Gordon tells Adam they need to consider why they're there.
Well, I mean, do you see any scars? If someone took my kidneys, I heard this on the news. You know, you wake up in a bathtub and your kidneys are gone.
You would be in immense pain. That's what he got. That's what he said.
Or you'd
That
be
was a
dead.
fucking great impression
Yeah,
of Dr. Gordon.
that's like, it's so like monotone.
yeah.
So Adam pulls out an envelope from his pocket. It has his name on it, and it contains a cassette that says "Play Me" on it. Gordon also pulls out an envelope with his name on
He's
it.
got a few more goodies in there. Yeah.
Trinkets.
He's got, if I'm not mistaken, a key and a bullet.
And a bullet.
Gordon gives the key a try on his leg lock, but it's not working.
Ain't budging.
It ain't budging.
So throw Adam the key.
Can you do me a favor and just like suck me real quick?
Oh my, it's happening. It
Oh,
happened.
yeah, we got it. The 50th. We're sucking each other
Yeah,
off.
you can officially say that
Yay.
someone has been sucked on the
Yay, Shane's turn.
You could say that.
Who am I sucking?
You want to suck, Shane?
He's
finger?
willing.
Is that the same finger?
It's not.
What do you mean?
No, he sucked
He
my
sucked
suck.
no.
Oh, okay. I'll
Yeah.
suck. Let me
You
get
wanna
sucked.
Oh boy, this is.
Oh,
wow, that
whoa.
was deep.
A suck and a blow.
Holy
Okay.
moly, that was
We're
sick.
going deep.
We're getting unique. Can we passion bump this right now? Brian, can I have a passion
Yeah.
bump?
Wow, we're gonna passion bump us?
Yes.
Oh my God. Shane, what you got there?
Oh, just my wiggling finger.
Ooh, why is it wiggling, Shane?
Well, because something's getting a little hot over here.
What do you mean?
A little. Passion bump. Passion bump. Passion bump.
Close enough.
Passion bump.
Too
Passion
much, Shane,
bump.
too much.
Not to make anybody uncomfortable, like, I just want to say, like, I'm straighter than the night Shane conceived his daughter, you know? Bry's straighter than Shane's hair on a day-to-day basis, which is very straight.
So straight.
Is it?
Let's move on. Let's go.
Yeah, it's
let's
very
go.
straight.
Shane,
This
not 3. Don't kill yourself.
This is going to be such a long episode.
Sure is. Before
Too
this
long.
aired, we said we aren't even going to talk about Saw. Let's go into the second minute of this movie.
Okay. So they have this nice little chat about kidney pain. We'll mention that Gordon notices that there's a brand new clock. So clearly someone wants them to know what time it is
Mm-hmm.
at all time.
Yep.
The anti-AC.
Well, should we describe what's in the room first?
It's a bathroom.
It is a bathroom.
God damn it,
You do
Shane.
Shane.
God
You
damn
are a
it.
piece of
Oh
work.
my God.
Ain't I a real piece of work?
You really are.
Can you explain what's in the bathroom, please?
Yeah, it's a tub. There's a
Okay.
dead body. There's
Yes.
a mirror.
Yes.
There's a clock. There's the
Yeah.
bullet. There's piping.
There is
The guy-
piping.
There is.
Yeah, the guy's holding a gun and his brains are exposed.
All explained. Oh, and there's a very large slidey door made of metal.
And a toilet.
Oh, there is a toilet.
Yeah, there's a toilet. Okay.
It
that's
is an
good.
important toilet because there's a heart on it.
And this bathroom is cleaner than Rowan's frat house. up
Easily, dude.
Depends. Which frat house are you referring
Teak,
to?
I said
There's too
teak.
many.
Teak. It's
Yeah.
the dirtiest place I've ever been
to
inside of.
Stickiest
Yeah.
floors in human
You ever
history.
want to just get
Yeah,
stuck
sorry to everyone in GKM because I know half of them are like freaking antique. Your frat house was awful.
Yeah, it is disgusting.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Moving on to the third minute of the movie.
But also thank you for our score.
That's true.
Delicious.
Oh, GKM, they're the boys, but their
Yeah.
frat house was fucking disgusting.
Shout out GKM.
Shout out JKM. You guys rock.
Yeah, teak was gross. Sorry, Dan's. multiple Dans.
I also want to give out a shout out to all the supporting bands that we've had on here.
Definitely.
You know.
We've had so many great ones up to this point.
Chris from Boy Blue, fucking incredible. Jared Knappik, fucking incredible.
Love Jared.
Cook Douglas, incredible.
Incredible.
Kosher Dill.
Kosher Dill,
My
Kosher
favorite.
Dill.
incredible. You know, let's just shout out everyone. Shout out to Benanti. Shout out to Damien.
The Eggman.
Shout out to Tim.
Big Tim.
Shout out to Scott Huckey.
Dale.
Flash
Dale.
Hockey. They're calling him Flash Hockey.
They're calling him Flash Huckey. Why are they
Yeah.
calling him Flash Huckey these days?
Just look it up on the internet.
I will.
They're calling him it. I'm not even joking.
All right, shout out to Flash
Shout
Huckey.
out to Melissa for the Prosecco.
For the Prosecco.
Yes.
For the cookies.
Yes.
Melissa, you are the
Shout
best.
Out. Who else was on this show?
I have such a friend crush on Melissa.
I
Can
would
you be
feel
my friend?
terrible if we forgot
I'm so
someone right
sorry if we missed someone, but you guys have all been so fucking amazing.
I have such a friend crush on Melissa. I need us to be friends.
She's
so
the
sweet.
best human
She's the
in the world.
Salt of the earth.
sweetest, the sweetest.
I love Scott, but Melissa's like a million times better. I
Way
mean,
better.
now. Is it even close, really?
Melissa is
Well, considering you-
literally 2 million
Yeah.
times better than Scott.
Considering
But
you
with
guys
this
didn't
new name,
thank
Flash
Scott.
Hockey,
Flash
So
Hockey's
like
a cat.
1.9 million times better?
yeah, he's working towards his 2 million. Thank you, Dale.
Thank you, Dale.
brings
Thank you,
the
Tim.
numbers.
Yeah, Dale, the number guy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Tim, for coming on the podcast.
Timmy.
For taking a break from your raccoons.
I love Tim.
Shout out Truly, you know?
Shout out Truly.
No, non-spons, but this is good stuff.
Let's get to the 4th minute of the movie.
We didn't get to the third.
Gordon, he's gonna give his leg lock a try. It doesn't work.
Yes.
He's pissed. So he just throws the key to Adam. It doesn't work on his as well. But then Adam tries to reach for the cassette player. He can't. He tries with his shirt. It doesn't work. But then he takes that like chain from the bathtub.
What did Shane call it earlier? You said
A
something.
plug. It's a plug.
Whatever.
No, what'd you call it before?
You said something real stupid.
What the fuck? I think I said it was a bath. I don't even remember.
Back plug.
It was a bath cookie.
Like a cork.
I am going to be sandbagged the entire episode. Just continue. Fucking continue.
Yeah. So he adds it to the end of the shirt and he uses this as like an extra extension to be able to grab that cassette player. He's able to pull the cassette recorder to him. He puts the tape in and you hear a muffled voice telling Adam he might be in the room he dies in. He tells that Adam is an angry, pathetic person and he asks if he's going to watch himself die today or if he's going to do something
He
about
calls
it.
him a voyeur, which means he likes to watch.
He likes to watch and he is a photographer.
We love people who like to watch.
I
They're
love
always
watching
welcome.
Shane.
This is the 50th, so I'm going to keep saying it. I love to watch. And I do want to book a trip with all my friends to Vegas one day. And I want to spend copious amounts of money
Yes.
watching my good friend
Yes.
Shane pound incredible amounts of ass. I would pay for whatever he wants, whenever he wants. And I would like to watch with a bag of Tostitos with my friend Mike,
Yep.
crunching chips.
Is our resident ass eater invited?
Dale, I'm sure he'll want to.
Dale will probably be eating
Perfect.
ass somewhere
Yeah.
during this
Can I
trip.
do an over-under real quick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over-under. I've paid for a lap dance for Shane before.
Over.
Big over.
It's
Over.
over, yeah.
Shane, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, it was literally the only strip club I ever went to. I was kidnapped by a member of GKM, and I went against my will.
That's bad for them. That's bad.
All right, it was Dan Ravenda. He kidnapped me and said, "You're coming to New York with me from Hoboken." And then Mike was like,
yeah,
"I'll help you get this lap
D-string
dance."
Yeah.
bassist of GKM.
Yes.
Can I
Yeah,
do another over-under?
brother of Teak.
Over-under. Shane fell in love with the stripper. I got him a lap dance.
over.
Way over. He fell in love with the
Way
stripper.
over.
I was highly intoxicated strictly for the fact I didn't want to be there, and it was
All
my only
right.
way of
Fall in
coping
love.
with the situation.
Now
We're
to
in
the
love.
5th minute of the movie.
Let's go to the 5th minute.
Gordon asks Adam to throw him the cassette player, but Adam's like, he tells him to throw the tape. He can't risk breaking the player.
So they have the worst fucking throws in this whole movie.
I'm so glad you said that, Jen. I was going to bring it up later.
Gordon does throw in the tape, though. He puts in the tape, and the muffled voice says, he tells Gordon every day he wakes up telling people they're going to die soon. Now he will be the cause of death. He has until 6 p.m. to kill Adam. There's a man in the room. When there is that much blood in the system, the only thing left to do is to shoot yourself. X marks the spot. If he doesn't kill Adam by 6 p.m., he will be left in the room to rot.
And Allison and Diana will die.
And I was also going to say that in order to make like the people who are playing these characters feel like what the characters are going through, they actually shot all of the bathroom scenes in chronological order.
Cool.
I like that. You don't get that often.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
Also going to touch up on this really quick. This is the start of something that I didn't notice back in the day. I know a lot of us realized it as we rewatched it for this specific episode. Jigsaw is portrayed in the Saw 2, Saw 3, moving on, all those, as someone who puts people in games that are actually winnable to just teach a lesson of survival.
Mm-hmm.
The course of this movie at the rewatch, that is
Bullshit.
so far from
Yeah.
the truth.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get into it more.
Adam has literally
No chance.
no chance.
He doesn't. It's true.
It's true.
Like, it's insane.
We'll get into it more
Oh,
with
we
the others.
will.
Yeah, and
You're
with
a
these,
piece of shit.
I keep saying it.
All right. This is
With
the
the-
last time we're having this cocksucker on here.
Oh.
Doubtful.
Relax.
don't worry, I'll have you guys back.
Yes.
Whoa.
You should sandbag.
My own podcast mates.
Yeah. 6 minutes.
So back
Let's
to
go
the movie.
minutes.
And I want to say something about the main characters that James Wan, and I know you guys will definitely appreciate this. He wanted the camera movements to actually reflect our two main characters' emotions and personality. So he filmed Dr. Gordon with a steady controlled shot or like steady controlled shots throughout the movie for the most part until like, he goes insane. And Adam as a handheld shot to capture their emotions in every situation. So the filming per each character is different and purposeful.
It's a big director play.
James Wan is so fucking
this-
good.
Yeah, and it's his first
so
film.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like what a blockbuster first film. But I mean, like obviously the guy's storied now because he's a legend in horror, and now he's branched off to other stuff too.
Okay. So getting back to the movie, though. At the very end of the tape, Dr. Gordon thinks he hears something. So he keeps playing it back and listening closely, where he hears the very faint, "Follow your heart."
That sucked. That was
God, you're such a piece of shit.
That's my line.
So Adam then realizes that there is a toilet with a heart on it. So he opens the toilet lid and doesn't want to stick his hand in there because there's a lot of shit. But he does.
Yeah.
And Gordon asks him, "What have you felt?" And he's like, "No solids."
Wait, so they only have to stick their hand in a toilet because it says, I think you just said it says follow your heart, and there's a
Correct.
heart on the toilet. However, and I thought this first, I actually watched this movie twice. I watched it with my best friend Miranda, and then I watched it with a friend of the podcast, Dan from GKM, not the Dan that kidnapped you, the Dan who's the lead singer.
Okay.
A
And
hot one.
Shout out.
yes, he is very hot.
Shout
And
out YDK.
I asked him this question. I paused the movie right before Adam stuck his hand in the toilet, and I was like, question: if you heard that phrase, follow your heart, and had to stick your hand in or on the toilet, where would you put your hand first? And he was like, well, the heart's technically on the back of the toilet, so I would check there first. And I was like, great, continue, because Lee
Yeah.
Woodell sticks his hand in the main toilet, and I thought to myself, why?
Well,
Because
so
it's
here's the
not-
thing. Now, Mike G, I know, is a really big poop guy.
Love that.
So I think you're going into the main toilet first, regardless,
100%.
just so you get a feel of what's in
I
there.
ain't using my brain.
Mike's also a cocksucker.
So
This is
it is in the top
forever.
lid, which he opens. He finds a black plastic bag.
Only after his hand is covered in shit.
Yes, he has shit
How
hand.
long has that shit been there, you think?
Oh
Too
god, that's
long.
old
My
shit.
God.
I actually like to think that Tobin Bell shit in it.
That's what I was
he put them
thinking.
in.
That's
Thank
what I was like, he definitely like went back week after week and was just like, all right, I gotta shit. I gotta take care of
What is
this.
Tobin eating that? He's got
That was
straight diarrhea.
explosive.
My God.
He probably just got back from Chipotle.
You know, not wrong. Or he had like Brian's like dietary issues.
Yeah.
He says some serious like choco milk.
Okay, minute 8.
Sure, man.
Let's go.
Okay, so inside, like I said, there's 2 saws. There's the title. But there's something else inside of that bag, but we don't know what because he tosses it into the tub.
Yes.
This was when
Yeah.
he throws a saw to Gordon and they start sawing hard on the chains.
But that shit don't work, bro.
No, because it's not meant to saw through thick lumber like this. It's meant to
Lumber?
saw through our legs.
Would you say lumber?
I was quoting a movie
Those
we made
chains
once.
are thick.
Those are thick chains. Adam's breaks though, right? It's just like
Well, he
snaps.
like goes nuts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's crazy.
Smashes a saw and he fucking tosses it and cracks a mirror.
Correct.
Yes, and this is where he realizes it's a two-way mirror, I believe is the terminology. Yeah. I had
Yeah,
2 shots of like that crystal head. I'm probably out already.
I can tell.
So Gordon looks at the saw with a scared look that makes the realization we're expected to cut through our feet. He's like, this is not meant to cut through thick lumber like this, like you said,
Exactly.
or thick chain like he's in his situation,
Yeah.
but to cut through his bone marrow. Bone marrow.
You eating bone marrow? I know some people eat bone marrow.
I've never tried.
People love that shit.
Yeah, it's apparently a delicatessen. Delicacy?
Delicacy.
That's the word.
Delicatessen is literally a deli.
Yeah.
And then Gordon's like, I may know who would be doing this to us. I may have an idea. Police haven't caught him yet. And he knows because he himself was considered a suspect.
Very sus.
Super sussy like Shane.
Then you
Why is this Among Us?
Why I love this movie is because the story takes place in the bathroom, but you get the flashbacks to the story prior.
There's a lot of flashbacks, yeah.
It's-
A lot of
I-
flashbacks.
So if you pay attention to the flashbacks, and I caught this a little bit, but I didn't think anything of it until I started reading on it, you actually can find out who Jigsaw is really early in the film.
Really?
Yeah, and I'll tell you
extremely
where-
early.
Yeah, extremely early.
Yeah, I missed this. What happened?
You probably
We'll
weren't paying
tell
attention
you.
to the flashback.
Let's go to the flashback. Shane, what's the flashback? Shane's out of it. Brian, what's the flashback?
Right, let's go.
The scene flashback to detectives Tap, Singh, and Dina Meyer.
She's also super mom hot.
Dina Meyer?
Dina Meyer was a
Well,
fucking
yeah,
smoke
but
show,
that was
bro.
Dina Meyer in like
Starship?
Starship. Whew,
Yeah,
Hot.
she's pretty.
Boner check?
Pretty.
I'm good.
we're good.
I'm good.
Okay.
We know Brian's good. So moving on.
You're right. My dick is receded into my body.
So moving on. We now cut to the fat man trap, as I like to call it.
46-year-old man in a cage.
Yeah, barbed wire cage.
Impossible to get out of.
Yeah.
I actually disagree.
The man died from blood loss and is hanging in barbed wire, literally.
Yeah, that's the actor. It's not a dummy either.
Oh, it was legit him.
So we're gonna get to the two victims right now. The one guy who's burned, which we'll describe in a minute, and the guy in the barbed wire. Nobody in this film is a dummy except the burn guy. So everyone in this film, even our Jigsaw, the entire film, because we all know who it is. We'll wait till the end to reveal who he is.
Mhm.
He was not a dummy the entire time. He was the real guy. So he
A really
literally
good method
That's also
actor.
cool.
Yeah.
I think they do that in some of the other Saw movies too.
Yeah.
Remember Strom does his.
Yeah.
And, like some other people do
Saves
his.
your money.
Strom almost drowned in
Yeah.
his in Saw 5. I remember
I don't
reading
know.
about that.
I give that guy so much respect. That
Yeah.
is fucking terrifying. to
Yeah,
me.
James Wan and Lee Winnell also broke like a horror movie trope in this movie because everyone who died in this movie is a guy.
Holy
That's
shit.
true.
That is true.
You know something about the Saw? Saw is our generation's
Mhm.
horror franchise. This is
100%.
this is us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like I don't know for the 90s. What do you got? Scream. Like what do you got for the 80s? Like Friday.
Yeah.
70s. You got I guess maybe the start of
I
Halloween.
mean, Friday kind of continued.
Yeah, and the Halloween goes into the 80s.
Nightmare on Elm Street,
Nightmare on-
even.
Yeah. So like this is ours.
Yeah.
Oh, this movie was a hit in our school. Everyone
Yeah.
was talking
Yeah.
about that shit.
We had 2 big horror franchises, Saw and Paranormal Activity.
Oh,
I was gonna say, what about Final Destination?
Yes, I just don't think they were as big as Saw and Paranormal.
Okay.
'Cause I feel like
They're
it was
fair.
literally like people's traditions
They're
to
up
go
there.
see.
They're
like-
up.
but I do
They're
like,
up there.
They're
yeah.
definitely up there.
They're definitely
Yeah.
up there for sure.
I mean,
Let's go back into describing barbed wire guy.
yes.
Well, Carrie's gonna play a cassette tape left at the scene. If you die, you'll have to stay where you are. If you want to live, you'll have to cut yourself again. Find a path through the razor wire to the door, but hurry because at 3 p.m. the door closes and the room becomes your tomb. He's a poet.
He is.
How
So-
much blood will you shed to stay alive?
I bet he could write a good limerick.
It was
Fair.
there. It was
It-
there.
it's fair,
We'll
it's fair.
throw back to two guys.
Stay alive. He had what, 2 hours it was to get through this barbed wire?
3?
I'm gonna
There's
3.
Lace you up right now. Go ahead.
Bring it. Fucking bring
Well,
it.
Make your point first.
My
Just
point
listen to
was,
my
like,
opinion.
He has 3 hours and the room doesn't look that big.
Do you guys think I could queef if I position myself like this?
A little bit.
don't know if that's how queefing works.
Don't hit the camera.
Yeah, I think we're good with the camera.
We could have a queef contest.
I'm gonna pass.
I'll do it.
Okay.
Can we not queef off?
I'm into that. I would
I
win.
want to
50th.
I want to discuss fat guys and barbed wire.
Yeah.
That's what I want to talk about
Go ahead.
because
I'm into that.
he has 3 hours to get through this. it doesn't look like a big room. It honestly looks like it's just like
Yeah.
he literally goes like a maniac and dives headfirst into the barbed wire. Don't you think he can kind of just like move it and kind of?
That's some of my favorite filming in this movie, though, where they like make it so intense and quick. Like for some reason, I thought it added so much to it.
No, and I get that that's good film work, but overall, couldn't he have just slowly gone through it to maybe get through it? Now, here, go roast me, Sauce. Let's see what you got.
Roast me.
know.
I'm just gonna roast you. I'm gonna
roast
battle your opinion here.
Let's see what you got.
So first, I want to grab everyone's opinion on this because I don't really remember myself. Was he like asleep, hanging in the barbed wire, or did he start in a safe?
He started in a safe spot.
Okay. So he's a big boy, right?
He's definitely fat.
Now you are a fan of wrestling,
I am.
and recently you saw a barbed wire match.
Yeah.
And you know when somebody gets thrown into it, how like stuck in it is.
Yeah,
how
it sticks to your skin.
How difficult it is to get out.
Yeah.
Now imagine that without clothes on, and that's the clothes are not stuck. Your skin is stuck.
Ugh.
So now every time you pull out of it, you're creating a humongous laceration. It's a very intricate puzzle to get out because it wouldn't be a jigsaw puzzle if it wasn't intricate. There wouldn't be a clear-cut path.
Yeah.
So every time he's making one of those lacerations, he is causing a tremendous amount of blood loss, most likely diabetic. He's huge.
He
You're
probably could cut an
stereotyping.
artery pretty easily.
Exact. So like his body's going to give out on him way before the timer goes off.
Yeah, but if he like took it slow and like try to just put certain parts of his body through first,
Can I
maybe
stop you right there?
you can.
And just like move past your dumb points. Wait, is that four?
No, I actually didn't take the third. I will take the third now,
Shane.
though. Oh, you're
I'm
topping
not-
off?
I'm not going back.
We got this. This will be the last one then. Last one for the road.
I think you're underestimating the barbed wire there.
All right, that's fair. That's fair.
Let's
Here we
move
go.
on. Let's go.
Sauce 11, Shane 0. Carry on, Shane.
Okay.
Let me rub that.
Moral of the story is this guy doesn't make it through. He's hanging on the barbed wire. He dies. Dina Meyer mentions like it cut him so deep, literally, like they found traces of his stomach acid.
Would
So-
you look at that, Shane?
Fuck
Literally,
off,
the
dude.
sexy Dina Meyer making my point for me. I was just thinking little lacerations. His stomach acid
Okay,
came out.
I
You're
al-
stupid.
Okay. I also want to point out, because this is actually very important to the movie, he's in this trap because he cut himself in real life, like trying to kill himself. Jigsaw mentions, were you doing that just for attention, or if you actually wanted to kill yourself? So, fucking prove a point.
And he proved it.
He did. He killed himself.
Did you notice how Jigsaw says he's a perfectly healthy man?
Yeah.
And he's quite clearly
Diabetic.
overweight.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say that.
I also think Tap doesn't he notice like a piece of skin cut off from him and it's
Yeah,
a
Jigsaw piece.
Correct,
Yeah.
correct.
Missing the essential piece of survival.
Okay. So now we cut to the next trap, which we're all going to be in agreement here. This trap is fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
I agree.
So the next trap is this man has a slow acting poison in his body. Inside of a safe in the middle of the room is an antidote. The numbers of the safe are written on the wall, but there are literally thousands of numbers written on the wall. There is also glass on the floor, so he has to walk across this glass. Also, he has a flammable substance smeared all over
It
his
looks like
body.
some kind of Vaseline.
Jigsaw had a special hate for this particular guy.
Yes.
Yo, seriously.
God.
Also, there's no light, so he has to hold a small candle. So he has to figure out like a fucking 4-number combination in a matter of 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Moral of the story is this man burns alive. So Sauce, go on your tirade because I'm with you on this one.
Yeah, no, it is absolute bullshit. And this was the one, like I was thinking it the entire time I'm watching, man, these are like pretty impossible.
Yeah.
This one is where like I was like solidified.
Oh my God.
It is impossible.
Oh my
No, because I was thinking, I'm like, I want to find the trap that I would be able to masturbate to. I thought this one would have been the one because of the body covered in Vaseline.
Ooh.
Like
Yep.
the whole idea of your body being covered in some kind of an ointment or a gel would kind of make me rock hard. This one, it almost made me, but I just can't come anymore. So I tried.
If you actually want to masturbate, in Saw 3, there's a naked woman tied up in a cold room. That might do something for you.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to just go into a sur la table.
Is it Saw or is it Final Destination, the person that has to walk through the bunch of used needles?
That is Saw. Saw 2.
I think he actually like quotes that one as finding the hay in the needle stack.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And she's thrown in there by Dom Santiago from Gears of War.
Correct.
Ugh.
Okay, continue, Brian.
Yeah, Carrie notices a peephole in the room of Mark's game. Mark's the guy that just went through this heinous game.
Spoiler:
So
the killer is Brian.
Somebody was watching in. No, I see what you got in there,
Watcher.
Shane.
See what you
But I
got.
only watch you little fucking minx.
watched me do anything.
You little minx.
I have. I watched you pee once. Saw your penis.
I also saw your penis.
I've seen your dick too.
So this is where who's the detective, the woman in there?
Carrie.
Carrie. So this is where Carrie does mention that technically Jigsaw isn't a murderer because he hasn't killed anyone. But
Yeah.
I was actually being as into true crime as I am. I decided to look this up and see if that was true. So are you ready to know what I found?
100%. Let's get into
Spill
it.
the beans.
So technically Jigsaw isn't a murderer, but he does find ways for his victims to kill themselves. So it was kind of right. He's never killed anyone. But however, he could still be charged with second-degree murder for each of his victims that died. And in the United States, there is a statute that allows someone to be charged with murder even if they didn't actually intend to kill someone. And normally, if someone's reckless actions unintentionally cause a person's death, they are charged with involuntary manslaughter. However,
God, I hate your face.
However, when someone's actions go beyond like being reckless and they do something that puts another person in a situation where their death is like a likely outcome, they are doing what is known as showing a depraved indifference to human life. And it's called depraved indifference murder by putting his victims in a situation where the likely outcome is going to be their death. Jigsaw would have to be charged with multiple counts of second-degree murder under that statute if he was apprehended. So technically, you can still charge him with second-degree murder.
And kidnapping.
Yes, and kidnapping.
I'm going to be honest. With
And
all of
torture,
that
maybe?
said, he killed the guy in the fire room.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
there's no like,
Yeah.
he killed that guy.
Carrie bagged Dr. Gordon's pen light. Gordon is then shown in a flashback talking about a patient's inoperable tumor that started as colon cancer. An orderly named Zepp says that his name is John Kramer. He's shown on a bed lying down as Zepp stares creepily at John's x-rays.
So do you want to hear how you know that John Kramer is Jigsaw in this?
Are we spilling those
So-
beans? I guess we're
I think
spilling
what we
those-
erased, they're spilt. So let's go into it.
Yeah. So when Zepp mentions this very interesting person on John's hospital bedside table in front of him, there is a diagram of the reverse bear trap, and he can also be seen holding another one of Dr. Gordon's pens.
Oh, there it is.
All right. And the movie's over.
Like,
Wrap it up.
I didn't
50th
see
is
that
gone.
at all.
But I also wanted to know,
That's
and if you
crazy.
guys definitely saw, because it was so
Mhm.
painfully obvious, the Doomy vibes from that nurse to
Yes.
Dr. Gordon.
I caught it.
Those are there. And that, I love the implication.
I love a good
She
implication.
is staring him down.
Yeah.
Hard.
We're a podcast that loves implication almost more than the sexual act. So we're going to passion bump this, I think.
I'm going to too.
shit.
I think I'm also going to agree with that.
Thank you.
Total doomy vibes.
Passion bump. Passion bump. Passion bump. That's hotter than the sex act itself.
I'm gonna strongly disagree there, but
more than me finding Easter eggs in every film.
that was a good one.
No, that was great.
Yeah.
Holy shit, that was great.
Yeah, because I definitely didn't notice that.
Considering I watched this movie like twice, I definitely caught it.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I've seen this movie
I've seen that
about
movie, like,
15
fucking
times.
14
Yes.
But no, I didn't mean that I watched it twice in my whole life. I meant I watched it twice before recording this.
Oh, okay. Okay. I own the whole Saw series on DVD, throwing that out there.
Oh, Shane's so cool. He's so cool. Shane.
Oh, look at me. I'm Sauce McGavin. I have 2.5K viewers
There
on
we
YouTube.
go. There we
Look at
go.
me.
Yeah.
There we
Oh
go.
my god, I'm Sauce McGavin. I'm
Oh,
so
yeah, I'm Big
amazing.
Daddy.
I'll
Give it
plug you,
another
daddy.
massage.
So Dr. Gordon's going to get
Oh.
called away by Detective Tapp and Singh for some questioning. They ask where he was the previous night between 11 p.m. and 1 a.m. He makes some excuses not to go to the station with them because they want to ask him, obviously bring him in for questioning. But the cops pull out an evidence bag with a pen light. Then the scene shifts to Gordon speaking with his lawyer. He tells him he saw someone last night, but it wasn't a patient.
Yeah. And the lawyer's very like, just tell me now who you saw. This way we can resolve this whole situation. And he's like, I saw someone, like you said, who wasn't a patient. Obviously, it leads to them. It's an affair.
Yeah.
Dr. Gordon's a little cheater, just like Shane.
Never once cheated
Fun
in my
fact
life.
for all you ladies: Shane is single and he has cheated on every single one of his
He
girlfriends.
can't
them.
stop cheating.
Can't keep it in those pants.
He is the Dr. Gordon
Shane
of our friends
looks
group.
so depraved right now.
I'm just upset because like that's a bad thing to say about someone when it's not true at all.
Imagine how Dr. Gordon feels being accused as being jigsaw. That was the segue I was going into.
Shane, imagine how your daughter feels with these facts.
Think about your daughter for once in your
Think
stupid
about your
life.
daughter.
She needs a dad. Shane.
He needs a dad.
You guys are fucking sick.
She loves you.
I don't have a kid.
Do you know? Who
I
I'm-
barely had a girlfriend.
Do you know who I'm referring to when I say the kid?
Yeah.
Did she love you? Answer the question.
No.
Answer the question.
It was just a child.
Shane's
So you're
a
admitting there is a child.
No.
You just did.
You literally just said it.
Because you're alluding to this kid.
On to the 10th minute.
You're absolutely right. Shane is a Taurus, and in Latin, Taurus is cheater.
Are we going to review the movie Turistas in the middle of this now?
Maybe.
Fuck these guys. Okay, so we're in the interview now. Detective Tapp tells Dr. Gordon that he's like, I want you to watch this interview of this woman who actually survived a trap. So Dr. Gordon now has to sit and listen to Amanda, very important to the Saw storyline,
That's a fucking big fact.
Sure
Yeah,
is.
big old fact.
describe what happened to her. Essentially, she was trapped in a chair, and she's the reverse bear trap. This
One
is
of
the
the-
one we talked about at the beginning that Lee Winnell was put in.
Legendary trap.
This is the
Everybody
best
knows
trap,
it.
yeah.
Everybody knows it. This is
The movie series should have been called Bear Trap.
I love the fact that me and Sauce both play a game called Dead by Daylight.
Yes, ma'am.
And they did such a good job. So they have we haven't seen her yet in this movie, but the person who kidnaps in like their other Saw movies is someone who dresses up like a pig, wears like a black wig, long red jacket, and this person appears in the game as a killer. And one of the things that she can kill you with is she can put a reverse bear trap on your head. And then when she goes to hook you as the killer, and I'm sorry if you don't know what I'm talking about, this is game lingo. Go watch it on YouTube. There's a ton of content out there. I don't need to explain it to you, but it's essentially like a different way to kill you in the game. It's so fun, and it's such like a unique add-on for this killer.
It would get you off, Shane.
Yeah, I recommend
wait.
it.
Amanda, didn't she win a VH1 show called Scream Queens to get this role in the movie?
Was that her?
So
I know
I-
there was a Scream
I
Queen
don't-
contest for Saw.
I'm pretty sure it's her.
So I-
I know for a fact. I don't know if it happened twice, but I know for a fact the girl that is put in the trap where her and the fat man have to cut body parts off to like put
Yes.
into the
Scales.
leave it. She definitely won Scream. She definitely won.
Quit.
Holy shit.
She definitely.
Take it slow. I'm sorry. I'm honestly sorry.
No,
Just get it.
Shane,
you got
keep
it.
talking.
You got it.
because that's not me drinking. I actually just don't talk correctly most of the time, and I get very self-conscious about it. This has happened
I
before.
apologize. Scream Queen.
Just go.
Did
I can't
Jen
do it.
win the Scream Queen contest to be on the podcast?
We didn't have one.
No,
You call her the
I
Scream
don't.
Queen.
I actually don't scream when I get scared because since I
Just
played Dead
off
by
yourself.
Daylight at night.
I was gonna say.
Oh, so actually, I don't know if she won a competition or something, but I think her name is Shawnee Smith, right?
Yes.
Yes.
She's
So-
amazing, by the way. I love her.
So James Wan actually really wanted her to be in this movie before like she was cast in the movie. He admitted that he wanted her to be in this movie because he had like a little crush on her, and then he found out she got cast.
Ooh.
I know, right? Shoot your shot. But let's explain like this scene because I do have like a fun fact about her scene.
Let's do it.
Well, I do also want to mention that I think when Gordon and Adam are talking, it was 5 months ago. He was being set up for murder. Sang tells him that the alibi checks out, but sits down with a victim who escaped. She's the only one who was able to escape from one of these traps. She sits down, her mouth is bleeding around her. She's shaking. Tapp starts to speak with her. As I mentioned, literally 2 years from now, Danny Glover will not be able to speak again in a movie. I've seen Shooter with Mark Wahlberg. He can't talk in it.
Or Train.
You know, it's actually crazy. Fun fact about that. There's a scene, spoiler alert, but I got to touch on it, where Jigsaw slices his throat. And I actually thought that him not being able to speak was like just a storyline thing. And it was a really good play on it. And when you said that before, it all just clicked in my head that I was wrong for a very long time.
I
I have to
didn't know
actually-
that either.
I have to ask, does Danny Glover actually have a medical condition that he can't speak anymore? Or is that just like it happened?
I don't know. To be honest. To be honest, yeah, I really
Yeah.
don't know. I don't want to make fun of him.
No,
That's
me either.
me.
I was actually just curious.
Amanda tells them that she woke up and all that she could taste was blood as a flashback ensues to her trap. She's shown with a reverse bear trap on her head and face and is sitting in a chair. A TV comes on with this creepy looking doll. Later in the series, you'll know this doll's name is Billy, but for now,
first sighting of the.
you don't really hear Billy's name in the first Saw movie.
No, they never
Don't.
mention it.
He's got like these little circles on his cheeks. He's pretty creepy. He's got great hair though.
Pretty, dude. Real quick, this, you know how people say like, oh, this is what my sleep paralysis demon sees at 3 a.m. This doll was that for me for like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this doll put like the fear of God into my whole thing.
Yeah, he's creepy. He's
It's
creepy.
It's perfectly
fucking,
creepy.
dude. I'm still scared of it.
Yeah, he's actually instead of the tape, he actually plays a video for her, right?
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah.
That comes
After
on with
she
the video.
wins, I-
So the doll starts to talk in the muffled voice of Jigsaw, saying, I want to play a game and explain. He goes into explain the rules of the game. The device on her face is connected to her upper and lower jaw. Her mouth will be permanently ripped open once the timer runs out. The TV then shows a demonstration on like this fake mannequin head and how this thing just like fucking implodes open. The key is in the stomach of her dead cellmate. As she stands up, she immediately trips a wire and that timer starts going on. She walks to the body of the man, lifts the man's shirt, which is a ginormous black question mark. So she immediately takes a knife. She raises it above her body like she's about to stab this guy. And then, of course, the guy's not dead. His eyes open. He's alive. But
He's trying to like mumble something to her, but he
Yeah.
can't speak. He's Danny Glover.
Jesus, Shane, we just agreed not to make fun of him for it.
and then she, without
I'm a savage.
hesitation, repeatedly stabs him.
So a few things about this scene. One, this is one of my favorite scenes because, like I said, like when we were looking at the other scenes of when like he was playing a game with people, it goes like real quick. Like she has a freak out, then she gets like her hands untied, and then she stands up, and then she hears like the beeping because it sets the timer on for the trap. Then she has like that freak out again until she goes to stab the guy. I love the way they're shot. They're so great. But like if you go on TikTok or like YouTube or anything, it's actually really easy to get out of the bear trap as long as you don't set it off. So I think that's super funny that a lot of Jigsaw's traps are actually super easy to get out of because a lot of people, since we love this franchise so much, have deep dived into how to get out of these.
Well, I actually think that some of the ones that we just touched on are
Mhm.
impossible to get out of.
The
Like,
bear trap's actually like one of the easier ones, honestly.
Yeah, like as the series goes on,
Yeah.
yes, totally, Jen. Like as the series
Yeah.
goes on, but like we mentioned, the one with the guy with the candle, impossible.
yeah.
It is
It-
impossible.
like later on in the series, you can easily get out of it. You just have to make a really big decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the one with the guy with the candle,
your
he had a
eye out,
special
or-
like hate for him.
And they severely test your morality, like big time.
If
for
there's
sure.
one thing Jigsaw hates, it's people using disability when they shouldn't be. Because
Yeah,
that's what happened to the fire guy. I don't think we ever mentioned why the fire guy was in the trap.
we
We
didn't.
didn't, yeah.
Yeah, he was in the trap because he was pretending to be hurt, so he got workers' comp.
Yeah,
Yeah.
To be
he-
fair,
That's a little
that-
harsh.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. That's a shitty thing to do, but I don't think that deserved a fire death.
And the other thing is the guy that was lying as like the dead cellmate with Shawnee, his name is Oren Coles, and he's actually one of the film's producers.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And since this is the first time we see Jigsaw, I think it's like worth to mention that James Wan didn't buy this doll. He actually didn't even buy a doll to make into this doll. He made this doll with like paper mache and ping pong balls, like literally from scratch. So this doll, what wasn't bought at a store, wasn't any of that. He literally made it from the ground up. And so much so that like, because of like it was kind of made by hand, the doll had a lot of wear and tear, and they kind of had to manufacture dolls that could like have their mouths move and other stuff for like the remaining movies that were to come. But for the most part, yeah, this doll is 100% like from the hands of James Wan.
That's a real talent.
yeah, he's so
Yeah,
creative.
He really is.
For the first time, like of him doing something, it's like absurdly
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
This whole idea is absurdly amazing.
Yeah,
like it's
the-
such a
the-
brilliant
It
concept
really,
for a movie.
really is. Until the acting goes haywire at the end.
It really does.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
So-
of course.
We're inside of this man's stomach. Amanda is now pulling out a key. She gets the trap off just in time as she throws it to the ground. It explodes open. Then you see Billy the puppet use his leprechaun tricycle to come into frame. And he gives the whole spiel that Sauce gave at the opening of our review, basically saying, you were ungrateful to be alive, but now, you're happy to be alive. You know what the true meaning of life is, all that bullshit. The detective asked her, like, how do you feel? And she says, he saved me.
Yeah, he saved me. So she actually gives tremendous onus on being through that experience, that it was positive for her, which is super interesting to her character, obviously moving forward in the series. She is a critical character, one of my favorite characters of the series. I like what they do with her.
No, she's very good. She's very well done. Then we cut back to the bathroom. Adam then is questioning Gordon, saying, like, how do I know you're not the one who put me here? Like, you were a suspect, pretty much.
Yeah, extremely distrusting for sure. And then I think he threatens him with the broken mirror piece for some information. He realizes the mirror is two ways, like we mentioned earlier. And then he tosses objects at the mirror to completely shatter it, which shows a camera projecting, recording them in this room together. And then there's a POV shot of somebody watching the camera feed, and he's kind of like looking at them. He's like, I can't help you. But Gordon tells them that the tape, they have to find an X. That'll help them. He tells Adam about the last thing he said to his daughter, and then another flashback ensues. Like we said, there's flashbacks throughout this entire movie.
Yes. So this flashback, just to, go into it, it cuts to Gordon with his family. His daughter goes into the bedroom, tells the mom that she saw someone in her closet. The mom said, I'll check it out. The daughter says, I want dad to do it. They go to the dad. He's kind of hesitant, Dr. Gordon. He says, I need to finish this paragraph first.
He's typing away.
It was a very important paragraph, more important than his daughter.
Yeah, of course. I completely understand that as a dad myself. Just kidding.
Hi.
Just kidding.
Yeah, you wear your number one dad shirt with pride.
So then Dr. Gordon does agree to go into her room. He plays with her Tootsies, and he says, there's nothing in here.
Can I just say, what's the daughter's name? What's her name?
Allie. I think the mom's name is Diane.
No, I think it's the opposite, actually.
Fuck it.
Either way, the daughter, I felt like she's like probably the best actor. She does the best job in this movie.
Oh,
I'm not even kidding.
Oh, I fucking love Zepp.
I like Zepp too.
I think Zepp is so good.
He's very creepy.
He's a creepy.
You know what Zepp reminds me of? Melvin.
Oh my. Does remind me of Melvin.
I didn't see his face, so you guys are gonna have to like.
No, I just meant like, I don't know.
Demeanor.
Yeah, his demeanor,
Okay.
him being like an orderly. I can see Zepp, Melvin as an orderly.
Yeah, I mean, he's some kind of fucking like
How old is he?
physicist.
If I were to guess Melvin's age, and I'm sorry, Melvin, I would say 36.
He's older than us for sure.
Yeah.
He said he was retired.
He looked like a dude baby.
He's a bro. I think he's a bro. I think he's tight.
Maybe I'll sleep with him tonight.
Yeah,
Please don't.
We're back in the room, right? We're
Maybe
back
not.
in the bathroom. He tosses Adam his wallet, showing him his daughter. He tells him he cannot have another kid because of him and his wife's busy schedule.
It's not because he can't come because of cum die.
Cum die did not prevent me from coming.
Okay.
It made me
Don't
come.
don't knock the sponsor.
Okay, continue.
Banana
Sorry.
flavored cum is the way to go.
Thought you were trying the blue one.
The blue one is blue raspberry.
All right, like continue. I'm sorry.
He tells him to check the picture of his daughter, and then after that one is a picture of his wife from his wallet. And I believe he looks at the picture.
It's not the picture. It's a different picture.
Yeah, it's a picture of
Okay.
Gordon's wife and kid tied up. It's not the family picture.
A little note on
And
the
on the back of it, it says X marks the spot.
Of course.
Sometimes you see more with.
Oh,
your eyes
yeah, that's
closed.
it. That's what it is.
Very
Yes.
important, Shane. Fuckface.
And I think there's a jigsaw thing on it.
Yeah.
So Adam takes the photo and tells Gordon the photo isn't there. Back to Gordon and his wife. She kicks him out of the house. As his daughter's sleeping, the closet creaks open. This is like, as a kid, what shit that I was
This
scared
part
of.
was- I watched this movie this morning. Scared the shit out of me still.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to like sleep alone, like with a closet like that. So I totally like that was always a thing. Is somebody in the closet?
Never gonna like underestimate when my kids are like, "There's someone under my bed. There's someone in my closet." And
Always
we're like,
check.
"Fuck!" Now I really gotta check.
Always check. Shane, you check
Like
the back of your
first,
car when you
first
get in
off,
there?
let's leave the house.
Melvin might be in there.
Oh my god.
The closet creaks open, and she wakes up in a panic. A voice says, "Good night, little girl." The camera pans over to show an eye watching from the closet. The closet then opens and she screams.
Yes.
Very
And out
creepy.
comes Sully from Monsters, Inc. And he's standing over her bed. The mother walks in. She sees this. They both get attacked.
Literally terrifying
Yeah.
scene. in my
They both
opinion.
get tied up. This is actually the scariest scene in the movie. When he has them tied up and he just takes the stethoscope and starts putting it on their heartbeat
Yeah.
to like listen to it. because like he has to be getting off when he puts the gun next to their head
Yeah,
to hear it go
there's no other reason
fast.
to do it. Yeah,
Right, yeah. So this guy is getting off. He's crazy.
Yeah, sure is.
Which I have several questions about when we get to the end of this movie. Why, like, about this guy?
Okay.
So he approaches the window, this guy, to look out. It's apparent that it's Zepp, and Tap has got footage of him at Gordon's house. Tap, who's staring out with a telescope. He asks himself, what is he doing there? And if he's waiting for the doctor, because he's actually, in fact, waiting for the doctor himself.
Yes. He actually says, "Are you waiting for the doctor to get home? I'm waiting for the doctor to get home."
Yeah. Yep.
So Tap is
You've
getting
done that
off.
before.
Wait, done what?
You've done what you just said before to someone.
Waiting?
That was way too good.
No, I've seen the movie like 15 times. I can just do the voice.
Okay, Shane.
I've never spied on someone waiting for their...
You sure have, my friend.
Tap's room reminds me of like fucking like Russ Cole's room and fucking
Oh
True
my
Detective,
God,
where you got
dude.
news articles literally all over the place about Jigsaw,
Obsessed with the case.
except with the case. He never should have let him go, which indicates he had him at one point in his career. A flashback shows him taking Gordon home. Tap is in the office watching video of Amanda.
We then flash to Tap dropping off Dr. Gordon. And he basically says, like, he mentions like a killer that like used to kill people and keep the bodies in the sewer. Because then he says the sewers run through this town as well.
I didn't really get this.
I
part.
think what he's doing is saying, like, just because you live in this area doesn't mean you don't have your own like hidden bodies. It's like he's alluding to he still thinks Gordon's the killer, even though like
Even though he's like rich and stuff.
exactly that's what I got out of it.
Okay.
So after that, we then cut to Tap literally piece by piece dissecting tape of like the video that Amanda did. And Sing's like, "Hey, we're going out to eat. Do you want to come?" And Tap's like, "No, I got to study." Sing's like, "Maybe you should find like a girlfriend." But then Tap, because he doesn't have a girlfriend,
He's got that key
which is
on
why
it.
never have a girlfriend, because then you won't crack the case. He figures out that there's a fire alarm going off in the background.
This is a gang area, so
Well,
they know
they
this
see something
territory.
on the wall.
K2K.
K2K, that's right. And then he hears the fire alarm.
Correct.
Yeah. So he tells Singh to pull reports of all fire emergencies occurring in that territory in the last 2 weeks. They find a listing for an old mannequin factory that had a fire alarm just 2 weeks ago, which fits the timeline perfectly. So Singh asks for a warrant,
Mhm.
but we all know that Tap has a hunch.
Yeah.
So why skip the unnecessary logistics?
Yeah. Fuck warrants. Fuck evidence. Hunch.
Fuck being a good dad.
Damn.
I'm sorry. Let's move on. Minute 20.
Dang, she heard that one too.
So they canvass the factory and Tap, because there's like all these models that are like draped with this like red velvet, like a blanket or like some kind of a drapery
The cape.
cape. He unveils a model of what's currently happening to Gordon and Adam. Like he doesn't know this, but it's happening. It's like a small
It's a diorama.
diorama,
Yeah, it is a diorama,
of what is happening to Adam.
It shows how much he's plotting this out.
Yeah. So he's starting to remove drapes of all of the models in here in the factory. One is of the doll of Billy. I think you do see the creepy pig mask
You
on the
do.
table, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
This is
yes.
the first time you see it.
And then he hears somebody scream from under one of the drapes. And it's a guy that's tied to a chair.
It's Jeff.
Big Jeff. But then a door opens and Tap tells Singh they should see what he's going to do. So they do a little hiding.
They cover everything back up and they hide because they
I
want
love
to
that-
watch.
I love that they're like, let's see what he does, and they hide for like 0.5 seconds.
Literally. So true. They hide for like
So
literally.
true.
Freeze, motherfucker!
And then he kind of tells the guy, he's like, you're a test subject for something greater than yourself.
Yep.
The cops immediately draw their weapons, like you said, like almost instantaneously. But Jigsaw triggers a trap on this guy.
So he's tied to this chair and now he has two drills going towards his neck. Tap puts Jigsaw down to the ground on his knees and he has him at gunpoint while he's telling Singh to free Jeff, but he has no idea how to figure out the trap. So Jigsaw tells him the key is inside of the box and it is a janitor's set of keys times
I was
17.
going to say there's a lot more.
Yeah.
This is a big ring.
Yeah. It's a really big ring. So this is another one that's literally impossible unless you get lucky.
Well, it's not even the fucking guy that's in the chair. It's not his game. He's relying on literally
Yeah.
like RNG for this guy to
Yeah.
pull the right key. So it's either die or die.
Yeah.
So Singh does the smart thing and he actually shoots both drills
Genius.
to get rid of it. But that distracts Tap and Jigsaw just slices Tap's neck So what was Tap's trap? Not to get your throat slit.
This is where I was like, okay, Jigsaw is like he's a thug, he's a murderer. Like,
But I like the verbiage he uses, like Jigsaw, because I like his whole story. He's like, he's sick from the disease eating away from him.
Yes.
He's sick of people who don't appreciate their blessing. He's sick of people who scoff at the suffering of others. He's sick of all of it. And he quickly pulls out the blade. He cuts Tap's throat, like you mentioned. So, like, he's putting people in traps that are obviously taking life for granted. I give you, like, Sauce made a great point. Like, or it was you, Shane. It was one of you guys that mentioned, like,
probably me.
It was most likely me.
no, because when you guys said something along the lines of, like, this guy did something wrong, but it didn't warrant.
That was Shane. That was the one good point he's made.
Yeah, it didn't warrant a trap. But, like, that the idea is people that are taking life for granted, he's putting in traps.
Yeah. I wonder what Jeff did. So after his throat is slit, Jigsaw runs away and Singh starts to chase him. A big chase, but the moral of the story is Singh's trap was don't run too fast because he does, and he trips 17,000 shotguns that shoot him in the head.
This is murder.
100% this is murder.
This isn't a trap. This isn't like, don't chase me or you die. This is like, I'm leading you to your death.
Yes.
Somehow Danny Glover ends up in the alleyway and he sees it and he does this like reach out and then
turns
cuts
to gray.
Yeah.
Good
I like the scene. It's cool.
I mean, I guess he like assumed that people would think of him as like a serial killer with what he's doing. So he was like, I mean, I might as well commit.
Yeah.
Embrace the meme.
Go full throttle.
Yep. So we cut back to the bathroom. This is when they turn the lights off and they see a giant X and they realize turning the lights on charged up the paint. So turning it off then showed the X. Gordon then breaks open the wall with his saw and he pulls out a box. Brian, tell me what is in this box.
Yeah. Well, Adam tosses him a key from Gordon's envelope. The box has a cell phone and a cigarette.
It actually has unlimited cigarettes because that's a goof I know about this movie. There is only one cigarette, I think, the first time they show the box.
And they definitely have two.
And then there's a cigarette that's on the floor. Then there's two more cigarettes in the box. They just keep accidentally putting more and more cigarettes in this box. It's pretty sick. Rewatch it.
Adam's got like a cigarette craving. He's like craving for a Camel.
Yeah.
And Gordon finds a note and he reads it to just himself. The note mentions that the cigarettes are harmless. Smoking is only poisonous when it ends in bloodshed. He doesn't need a gun to kill Adam. Gordon then tries to call the police from the phone. The call obviously fails. He realizes, and this again, I love the realizations. The cell phone was never meant to make any calls, only to receive them.
Which is why I'm going to go to Jen, our resident cell phone expert, and ask her, are there actually phones made that can only receive calls? Because I'm pretty sure any phone is actually able to dial 911. I'm pretty sure that's programmed in all phones.
So, Jen?
Actually, yeah, all phones should be equipped with like an emergency button. So that should be incorrect. But you know, when was this made? The 90s or some shit?
No.
2004.
2004. Okay, so we're going to assume it's like 10 years prior because all movies are set 10 years prior from when they were actually released. And we're going to say that everything's fatally flawed.
I would say production is probably 2002, right?
Yeah.
2001, maybe.
Yeah, but it's all set back like so far in advance, like how like
the
all
writing?
those old horror films are set back like in the 70s and they were released in the 80s.
Some.
Some.
Yeah, I mean,
So we're just going to say this is faulty logic on the cell phone.
Yeah.
yeah,
But,
like, that's
okay.
what's wrong. Yeah.
Thanks.
Well, Gordon
Thanks.
then recalls that this has actually happened to him before. Now they're kind of recalling and piecing around events that happened prior. He remembers the previous night he was walking back to his car, but he thought someone was around. You ever just like walk and think someone's like,
All the time.
you never get that feeling?
That feeling.
That actually once happened to me and Mike, except we were driving and a man chased my car.
True story.
How many
Yeah.
times are you going to bring the Blair Witch back into this?
No, this is a different story. I just have bad luck when I'm driving people. Me and Mike
Apparently.
were making a turn onto a street and this man was staring at us. And then I went to drop Mike off at his house and I look in my rearview mirror and the man is sprinting to my car. And I yelled at Mike to get back into the
You know
car
what that
and drove
probably
away.
was? It was probably your daughter's uncle chasing you down for child support.
That's
I was
And
in
you haven't paid it in months.
I was in high school when this happened, though.
Oh, so you admit that you have a daughter.
No,
Yeah, you see, you keep getting caught in this.
No,
I'd like
no,
to make an
it's not.
announcement, ladies and gentlemen. I actually found out, and this is true news, that the girl who birthed Shane's daughter had a second child.
Holy
And
smokes.
this is big news. It may or may not be Shane's.
Shane would be a dad for the
A
second
two-time
time?
dad.
I'm a zero.
Two-time.
I'm a 0-time dad. I will never be a dad because of all of you, because I now hate children.
Oh my god, it's so sad.
If that's the case, you'll never be a dad because all these girls that listen to this podcast know that you cheat on all your girlfriends.
But it didn't happen. I'm single. I've never cheated once. Don't listen
I'm
to.
going down, Shane.
Don't listen to Sauce. I'm a very good guy. I have a very good track record. Don't listen to what anything.
You are a good guy.
Thank you.
You have great hair too, Shane.
No, the hair's okay.
No, it's straight.
I think this might be a good time, Senator, to talk about one of our sponsors.
Please,
Yeah.
Please, hit
The
us with
big
us.
this is a very big sponsorship to be on the
A personal
50th.
favorite of mine.
50.
You guys ever just want to grow a fucking horn?
Yes.
Okay, Daniel Radcliffe.
Horn lotion.
Wow.
Horn lotion. It's a simple brand. It's a simple idea, but it's so effective. Instantaneous horn growth. So you ever seen the movie?
Big
we
Horn?
love not Bighorn, not Longhorn either. But although that is probably the founder's favorite restaurant, the body modification movie, because this is all about body modification.
American Mary.
Exactly. Instantaneous horn growth on any part of your body. You just spread a little ointment on there, a little horn lotion, and you're going to sprout a horn. The more lotion, the greater the horn.
Normally, something like this, you would have to have your head carved and seeds planted into your head to have the horn grow. But we're getting rid of the scars and getting rid of the operation, and we're just bringing you the nicest lotions.
Hell yeah. And using the promo code Final Podcast Hornbra, you're going to be able to get an additional free thrown in horn off. The horn off is excellent because it's another ointment you just tap on if you want to get rid of your horn instantaneously. It doesn't actually recede. It actually shoots out of your body like a firework.
Yeah, I mean, is your girl tired of your fingers? Is she tired of your dick? Well, let's get horny in this relationship because you're putting that horn where it's never been before.
Hell yeah. Horn lotion. It costs $1,200 per.
Whoa, that's a whole entire
cheap.
stimmy.
Yeah.
That's cheap.
No, it's great. You know what I'm
Stimmy.
saying? But you're getting the free horn off, and the horn off actually costs more. It costs $1,700 a bottle.
Whoa.
So
Wow.
you're actually getting a great deal on the.
I might
Shane,
get it.
what did you do
on the
with your
horn
stimmy
prod.
money?
I put it towards my student loans. Dr. Gordon is now in the parking garage.
Recast. Gordon Ramsay as Dr. Gordon.
Yes. Hell yeah, dude.
The bathroom is raw.
He would have been screaming so much sooner.
It's true. Okay, so we're in the parking lot. Gordon's cell phone doesn't work
Dude, you want
because
to get some horn off?
apparently Jigsaw has cell phone blocking technology. And
Maybe he made it. Maybe he just made his own cell phone.
it's possible at this point. And you see him go to this, like, I guess it's a garage payphone. I don't know what you would even call that. Like a garage phone, emergency phone?
It's a payphone.
Payphone.
Yeah.
So as he's going to that, you see his back door of his car open, and you see this like pig masked figure crawl out. And this is a thing. I personally check the back seat of my car every time I get into my car.
Yeah.
So that would
Same.
never happen in my situation.
This was the movie that cemented that for me, by the way.
Really?
I was never doing that before this movie.
I
Yeah,
actually-
which is fair, yeah.
I'm anxiety riddled actually when I check the rear view, like when
That
I first
someone's
get
in there?
that I'm gonna see someone.
Well, it's movies like this, Urban Legend, like
Yeah.
there's someone in the back seat.
Oh, shade.
Fuck.
That's how Brad Dourif does it, though. He
Yeah.
has a stutter in that.
Do it
movie.
again.
Back seat.
Nice.
Everybody watch Urban Legend so Shane doesn't sound like a jerk right now.
No, no, I'm not like making fun of anyone. It's literally how it happens in Urban Legend.
Comment on our Instagram if you think Shane is a jerk.
Oh
Yeah, that's
he is.
he's gonna
Yeah.
get flagged.
Spoiler alert, he's a jerk.
yeah, that's a gimme.
I'm honestly the nicest person in this podcast, like room right here.
Even
I've done a lot of charity work.
It's not even close.
I've done a lot of
Come
charity
on.
work.
He did once have a girl fertilize an entire lawn. So I mean, like he has done some good
Yeah,
things.
you've done your thing. Shane.
I'd like to make it known that I am not in that room.
Yeah,
It's
because
true.
if she was here, Jen obviously brings the class. Like that's not.
Aw,
coming from
thank
anybody.
you.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Melvin.
Fucking pardon.
Melvin brings
Yeah,
the
you
class.
you missed it. Yeah, Melvin. He kept saying Jen brought all the class to the podcast.
Oh,
Yeah, it was his thing.
well, she's just a classy gal. Move on.
Thank you.
All right, so where the fuck are we? Gordon gets
We're doing
kidnapped by a
we're
mask, a guy in a pig
walk.
mask.
Yeah, we're crab walking in a pig mask.
That's a great way to describe
Yeah,
it.
so pig walks, grabs Gordon. Gordon's been abducted. Then Gordon, he asks Adam how he knew to turn the lights off because it's kind of suspicious, which it is.
Instinct, bro. It was instinct.
Doesn't Gordon start to like cry a little at this point, or like?
He's like, you're not telling me everything. He tosses him. Well, no, this is when Adam gives him the picture.
Yeah, and that's why he starts
they're
crying.
They're having an argument. And he's like, all right, you want to know what I'm not telling you? Fine. He tosses him the picture because that he held back because he didn't want to show him that his family's being
Would that
tied
picture actually reach Dr. Gordon?
No chance.
It would have to be the sickest toss.
Yeah, it'd be like a,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's no chance.
But yeah, now he's crying. He's bawling. And this is the transition from Gordon to ghoulish Gordon.
Yeah, he gets bad. Gordon now, he comes up with this like plan. So he turns off the lights and he whispers to Adam a plan. We can't hear what it is. Zepp is watching. He doesn't understand what's going on right now.
You do know that he did dip a cigarette in blood.
Yes, that you do know. So when the lights go back on, Gordon throws this blood-dipped cigarette, not to Adam, because he doesn't throw that one. He throws the other cigarette that was in there that is not soaked in blood. So he throws it to him, and Adam, once he smokes it, it's purposely done this bad.
Yeah.
He acts terribly that he's being poisoned.
Bad, though.
Like,
Yeah, it's bad. But it was meant to be that way.
it was. And he
So bad.
pretends to die. But he gets electrocuted, and he is not dead. And Gordon's like, you blew it. What are you
He was like,
doing?
bro, I just got electrocuted. So yeah, Gordon's going back to cut the chain again. Like this is like kind of like rinse and repeat. But now Adam remembers how he got there. It it clicked in after that electrocution.
The electrocution, it like resets your brain so you remember everything.
Get those neurons cooking again.
Exactly.
Spawned his third eye.
Shut up.
So in his house, he heads to like what's the photo room called when everything's like
Dark room.
Dark room.
Shane's secret playroom.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Shane
Ooh.
loves that stuff.
Let's play dummy sticks.
You see, now you're learning more about Shane because he's
Yeah.
an animal.
He's coming out.
Wedding crashers.
There's a couple raccoons in there.
Yeah.
So he heads to the dark room, and you see a bunch of photos. Some of them are of Dr. Gordon. After falling asleep, Adam does wake up, has his camera on him, and he hears a noise from the other side of the door. So he follows it. It's dark, so he's taking pictures for light.
Does this scene scare the shit out of anybody
Yeah, because
else?
it was so well done.
My
Yeah,
God.
it's
flash
such a
of
good
light.
scene. Yeah.
Genius scene.
Yeah. He then hears a toy laughing. It's Billy the doll. He beats it up with a bat until it stops laughing.
Yeah.
He then hears a rattling coming from the closet now. He opens the door and he takes a picture. And it's a man in a pig costume that jumps at him.
I remember, like, this scene doesn't
Yeah.
scare me now because I know it's coming up.
Yep.
But I remember the first time seeing this scene,
Yeah.
I like fucking jumped out of my chair.
It's
Terrifying.
so genius.
Popcorn everywhere is wild. I threw my fucking notebook talking about it.
Pick
It's
up
crazy.
your notes.
Don't tell me what to do, or I'll never invite you here again.
You don't have that power. Jen already said, I'll
You
invite
can
guys
come back.
See?
Thanks, Jen. Asshole.
First of all, you're lucky we finally invite you on a good movie because what did you do? Truth or Dare and
Black
the movie-
Christmas.
Black Christmas 2019?
Truth or Dare's an 8.
You did give it an 8, you fucking psychopath.
Solid 8. Black Christmas.
I would have given it a 5. Oh my god, that was before me too.
Yeah.
Truth or
Yeah,
Dare.
Truth or
is-
Dare was bad. I think I
It's-
gave it 3.
It's actually horrendous. Yeah, I gave it a 3.
I think I would have given it like a 4.
That's fair. Speaking of fair,
Back in the room, the cell phone rings. Gordon answers it. He receives a call from his daughter telling him that she's very scared. He tells him the bad man from her room is there. He has a gun. Then he takes the phone and he puts it to the wife's ear. She asks if Adam's there. She says, don't believe Adam's lies. He knows you. He knew all about you before today. Then Zepp takes the phone, hangs it up. Then Gordon gets up,
yes.
tells Adam to stop lying.
Yes, and this is like Brian said. Gordon says, "Stop lying," and Adam's like, "How about you stop lying?" And this is where he takes that bag out of the bathtub and throws it to Gordon. It's like, "Yeah, I know you've been going places to cheat on your wife, bro."
Yeah, he's a watcher too.
Well, he's a professional watcher, though. He gets paid for it.
Yep.
We
This
cut to
is
Gordon in a sketchy ass motel room, meeting his Asian intern, the one that we passion bumped earlier. He's like, I told you, don't page me when I'm with my family. And he's about to leave. He's not going to do anything. He's like, this can't go on.
She's like trying to take off her shirt, but he's not doing it.
Yeah, he's like, no, stop. I'm not into this anymore. I just realized I have a family. And then the phone rings and it's for Gordon. And he's like, did you tell anyone I was here? And she's like, no, it wasn't me.
Okay, we're gonna rewind a little bit. So Shane goes, Dr. Gordon's with his Asian intern.
She's Asian.
She is, but we're in 2021. It's a little bit different with time period. You can't just be. He's with his intern.
Oriental, stupid.
Is it Oriental worse? I actually don't know.
But wait, so now you fast forward from the point that I just made, and then you just try to do some sort of accent that I don't know what it was. Actually, so can you elaborate on what you were trying to do, and then keep in mind that you did say Asian.
To be fair, she is Asian.
Okay, fair. What was the accent?
It was my intern accent.
Wow, that's a cop out.
No, she's like, I'm an intern.
What is wrong with you? Shane racist.
That was just Shane's like last brain cell leaving.
Oh,
That was-
dear.
He-
Queefs on Thursday. Oh no,
Okay,
no.
so he answers the phone, and this is when he goes to the parking lot and he gets taken. There you go. So Gordon says, "Who paid you to follow me? Like, why were you following me?" And Adam's like, "It was some guy. It was, this guy. He had like
Bob.
this. He had the scar, the detective guy." And that's when you learn Tap
It's
is
Tap,
the one
yeah.
who had paid him.
He tells Adam he was discharged from the police force after his partner was killed. Tells him that Tap was obsessed, thinking he was involved with the murders. And then Adam tells him he doesn't care if he did it or didn't cheat on his wife by covering himself in peanut butter and having a 15-hooker gangbang.
Great line.
Yeah.
Great line. Considered it for the opening quote, but I thought the
It's
other
definitely
one was
worth it. Definitely worth to add into the movie.
So Gordon then he breaks down about like how he got here. His whole life was in perfect order. So he's learning a lesson here, actually.
better. He is. Don't cheat on your wife. Then Adam notices in one of the pictures, though, that there's a random man in Gordon's window. When he shows Gordon this picture, Gordon recognizes it's Zepp. And he's basically like, "Zepp, I'll kill you, you bastard, you Zepp!"
Wow, that was good.
Is it actually, or are you just being a dick again?
Okay, that's the last time I
Wow.
compliment you ever.
So Adam notices they're actually out of time. Gordon's wife breaks free, frees up her daughter. Zepp walks in. They go back to their position.
Can we start calling him Big Zep for the remainder?
Big Zepp.
Well, you're big tech, so.
Big Zepp tells them Gordon's time is up and she has to tell him he failed. So as he holds up his phone, she calls him and tells him he failed. She then quickly hits Zepp, knocking him over and grabbing his gun.
They have a good wrestle here.
Oh, they have a tussle. for sure.
She gets the gun. She points it at Zepp. She then looks away for a second, and Zepp goes in to fight for the gun again.
And as they fight for it, she shoots in the air.
And Gordon thinks his wife is getting murdered at this point because this is when he starts like doing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna attempt it because he's like, "Zepp, you bastard! I'll kill you, you bastard!" Holly, and legitimately goes back and forth between those two emotions
Yeah,
horribly.
it's not pretty.
That was really good, Shane.
Thank you.
S tier.
Thank you. Thank you. See, it's about time I get some goddamn praise on this podcast.
But Tap is going to now tackle Zepp. Zepp smashes a glass pot over his head and grabs his gun. He follows Zepp out of the house. And back in the room, Gordon's getting electrocuted, falls unconscious. Adam wakes up to Gordon throwing shit at him. Gordon grabs the chain and says, "Fuck this shit." Scene cut.
Did we mention that Tap ran into the house first? So they have like a little gunfight because they do shoot at each other, Tap
Yeah.
and Zepp.
That's true.
And then Zepp drives to the house. This scene's actually kind of funny because it's very chaotic. Zepp is driving to the bathroom. Tap is driving, following him. And it's cut like in this like really quick, like you see this car, you see this car. You never see both cars at the same time.
It honestly gave me a headache.
Yeah, it's fair. It's very chaotic.
Tap follows him. Cell phone rings, but it's out of Gordon's reach. Zepp starts shooting at Tap. He misses. Gordon can't get the phone. He mentions his family needs him. He's still screaming. He's like crying. He starts yelling frustration as Adam tries to calm him down. Gordon takes off his shirt, ties it around his leg, bites down on the shirt, has the saw, starts cutting off his leg. And Adam is screaming, like, "What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing?" Ah!
Close enough.
Adam is pretty bad too.
Yeah, no, they're all kind of
Yeah.
bad. I just thought Gordon was especially bad because like his intents to like family moments are like kind of
yeah.
cringy.
My
And
only-
cringy is an overplayed word,
You're
but
right.
it's what they are.
He gets cringy. My problem with Adam is his tone of voice through the movie is not good. Like the way he speaks
Yeah.
is very fake. Like his acting is fake to me, and that's surprising because I like. Lee
Well,
Winnell.
he got better. Like he's so good in the Insidious movies.
He is. I'm just like in this movie. Those two guys as the highlight actors were not good, which is surprising because they're both good.
What was their first film?
Not Carrie Ewells.
Not Carrie Ewells,
Carrie
yeah.
Ewells has
Oh.
been in the game.
He's
for a while.
seasoned. He was in that one movie where he fell in love with a 13-year-old.
Well, then I don't.
It's a
Then I
really
don't know what
good
the fuck
listen,
he's
just looking
doing.
that up.
I'm talking about Princess Bride, which is a fucking classic.
Okay.
The makeup that they did on him was so intense though when he started
It
to
was-
saw
It
himself
was,
because
rid-
they
it,
made
was, it was stupid, in my
Yeah.
opinion. It was stupid.
it was actually really funny to me.
Yeah, he looked like a fucking goblin, like a ghoul. He was
Mhm.
fucking Gordon Ghoul.
So while this whole like thing is going on with Adam and Gordon, Zepp and Tap are now like in these like sewers running to get to Gordon and Adam. Yeah, fucking A. Gordon and Adam. And as they're running, they get into an altercation. They're fighting over the gun, and you hear one gunshot go off. And it's the whole, oh, who shot who? Tap was shot.
Right.
Tap was killed. R.I.P. Danny Glover, who can't speak anymore.
Nope. So Gordon, who is now 135% ghoul, starts to crawl, holding the bullet towards the dead guy in the middle, holding the gun. He no longer has a foot. He grabs the gun, loads the bullet as Adam begs him, pleading. Gordon shoots him, and he yells out that he did what he had to do. Now show him his family. He's like just yelling out loud, like whoever's watching. His wife and daughter appear to be, I think, by a neighbor's house.
Yeah,
they're calling him.
Yeah,
right?
they run to a neighbor's house to call him.
Zepp opens the door to this room as Gordon tries to grab his leg, tell him he'll kill you, motherfucker. It's Zepp, you bastard.
He actually starts trying to shoot him, but there's no bullets in the gun.
Yeah, exactly. He kicks Adam to see that he's dead. But he tells Gordon, he's too late. It's the rules.
He actually says, it's the rules.
Yep. Points the gun at him. But then Adam is actually not dead, grabs his leg, pulls him down, punches him, beats him to death at the top of the toilet bowl.
Pretty brutal scene here. They don't even show Zepp.
Yeah, because his face would be mangled.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gordon Ghoul grabs him, tells him that he'll be okay. He only wounded his shoulder. He tells him if he doesn't get help, he'll bleed to death. He's got to go get help. But Adam tells him, don't leave me, don't leave him. But the ghoul himself, he crawls away, promises to be back.
Okay, so this is where I want to jump in. Like Brian said, crawls away, leaves. Adam then starts to search Zepp's body and finds another tape recorder. This is where the iconic Saw music hits, which I believe is actually called Hello Zepp. I think that's actually the name of the score.
Really?
Yeah.
Fucking
Yeah,
great
they
song.
actually like couldn't take that though because it was the name of another song.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of like a phrase that people pair with this film is Hello Zepp, even though it's actually never said in the film, because it's like trademarked as like a song for someone else's band.
So this recording, you learn that Zepp had a slow-acting poison in his system. And his whole thing, will you murder a mother and her child in order to save yourself? Now, before we get into what's about to happen, now that we know Zepp is actually not the killer, but just a part of the game, with no backstory, why the fuck was this guy so crazy that he was actually tormenting the mother and child?
I think he was just like he's sick himself. Like,
So is that just what it is? Like he's just a sick dude? Is he just a sick puppy?
maybe.
Yeah, no, you're right.
They kind of give him that vibe in the beginning of the movie, like he's a little off.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
by the
but
way,
like-
he's staring at the X-rays and shit.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Because you're led to believe he's the actual killer. And then when you learn he's part of the
Mhm.
game, I feel like he went a little too hard into the game. You know what I mean? But I guess like Jigsaw chose him for a reason, obviously. So maybe he was just a sick dude.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, then the guy in the middle of the room that you thought was dead the whole time gets up.
I fucking love this
It's
shot,
genius.
though, because you see fucking Adam, and he looks like just like fucking appalled about hearing the news about Zepp and his own game.
Yeah.
And literally in the background of the shot, you see the guy get up. You're just like, what the fuck? Like I remember in the movie theaters, literally thinking that because
Dude,
that
same.
never even pops in your head.
Yeah.
People were flipping out in the theater, man. That shit was
You were with
wild.
me. Yeah.
Because that music is building up too as this is happening, and it's just like culminating into this perfect scene.
And no, and it's great because he rips off the bloodshed, like to show it was just like rubber and all makeup and stuff. And he looks at Adam and he just kind of points at the tub and he's like, the key to that chain was in the bathtub. So
Which is what you see at the beginning. Of
exactly,
The film.
the blue thing that goes down the drainage pipe is the key. So Adam then like picks up the gun and goes to shoot him because he now has Zepp's gun, which is loaded.
Yep.
And Jigsaw, which we'll call him, he hits the electric thing. So the guy in the middle of the room has been electrocuting them this whole time. Adam just drops the gun, gets electrocuted. Tobin Bell Jigsaw walks to the end, takes the giant metal door, game over, closes the door, and you just hear
So-
Adam scream in the dark.
Is he able to go get the key, or is it just like kind of lost in the bathtub? Like I wasn't sure if
And
he
he
had
went down the
tried, he
drain
would
at the
have been.
beginning of the movie.
It's in the drain now.
Yeah, no, I remember that, but it was attached to something. So would he have been able to like get it out?
Oh.
No, I actually don't think so. I think no matter what, once he got up, I think that was going in the drain.
Basically,
regardless,
if he
personally.
doesn't pull the drain, like the plug out, the
Mhm.
key's there the whole time.
So you think like if he just like gets up,
It's
like
like
doesn't pull it out?
It's like almost like a lot of these things. Like if you rush into like what you're about to do, it's more detrimental. Like the bear trap part. If she just like sits there and assesses everything, she could like make a coherent plan.
doesn't trigger
but
the trap.
Yeah.
That's not like
Your instinct.
your instinct. Yeah, your instinct
Yeah.
is like, let's fucking do this, and then you just get up and
Because, like, to
And
be
he's
fair,
drowning.
yeah, because if you wake up in a bathtub, you're gonna panic and get up, and
Yeah.
so it's like if you're just calm and you slowly get up, the key would stay there. But no one's fucking doing that, which is why the shit's all rigged.
for Adam,
Yeah.
especially.
Adam got fucked for sure.
So that is Saw. That is our 50th episode reviewed.
That was a wild ride.
It was.
Hmm?
It definitely was.
Also, one thing that I wanted to touch up on about when he bashes his skull in with the
Toilet.
toilet thing. It happens twice in the movie where someone's like skull is just like obliterated. It happens to the detective with the shotgun shots.
Yes.
It happens to him, and both times they don't show it. They
Mm.
just show, and like I think that's so artistic because like it's too much. There's like a thing where it's like a little bit goes a long way.
Oh yeah.
like when
less
he
is
gets
more.
his head like shot off, and you just like take it as it is, like the blood kind of trickling down his body, like convulsing. It does so much. I think that was definitely like a really cool artistic. thing.
It's very
I
effective.
actually really like the death of the guy that gets shot in the head.
Sing? Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's
really
awesome.
good.
The death
It's
scenes
really
are great,
well done.
obviously. The whole Saw series, the deaths are great. So
Yeah.
They had Lee Winnell when he was beating Zepp with the toilet thing. He was actually beating a trash bag full of blood.
that's fine.
Perfect.
Sick. That's awesome.
Zepp is actually probably my favorite character in this movie, by the way. I love Zepp's character. I think he's so creepy.
He's a creepy guy.
He's
for
really,
sure.
really
Zepp
creepy.
obviously Jigsaw, and I mean Danny Glover does a good job too.
I mean, to be fair, even though Adam and Gordon,
Yeah, they're good.
I still enjoy them in this movie.
Yeah,
like,
totally.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll get into it.
Go
10 out of
for
10.
it.
This is literally one of my favorite horror movies of all time.
We have a 10. We have a 10. I wish I had a bell to ring every time we have a 10.
I know.
the old 10 bell.
Look, this movie has its flaws, but it's so nostalgic to me. It like really like cemented me into like the horror genre. Like every Halloween, like I looked forward to seeing the next Saw movie.
Yeah.
This is the only Saw movie in the franchise I will be giving a 10 out of 10. But like it's perfect, man. Like the acting is like it's over the top at times, but like that twist at the end, it's like you never see it coming. Like you never in a million years think that like the guy in the middle of the room is going to get up. Like the traps are so inventive.
I was gonna say, yeah, they definitely make it so like you see him there initially in the movie, and then he's not in focus, and it's like you forget he's there.
Exactly. No, you're absolutely right. And like the traps are very inventive. Like crawling through the barbed wire, a rigged safe game. The bear trap is like so iconic. They actually bring it back in a later Saw movie. The whole like chain to the bathroom. Do you actually saw through your leg to get out? Like it's all there. Like even Zepp, like, do you have it in you to kill like a mother and her kid just to save yourself? It's like human instinct. Can you like push yourself to this limit to survive? It's so well done. It made me look forward, like I said, look forward to Halloween every year. 10 out of 10, right to you, Brian.
Yeah. Obviously, this is like I grew up with this movie and I loved it. Always did. I'll be honest. I think I really, and this is gonna sound kind of shitty, but I definitely liked it more as a kid. Because
Yeah, of
when I was
course.
talking with Sauce earlier, my whole and you know more as you watch the Saw series go on, but the idea that Jigsaw is the guy set up that even though you have to go through immense pain, you can survive these traps. You clearly cannot.
Definitely
You clearly cannot. And for me, like that was I held that in such high regard, and losing that like really made me like kind of like a little like taken back. But with that being said, I mean the traps are so creative, like you said, Shane. The kills are amazing. Nothing taken away. It's brilliant. This has actually got a pretty good fucking cast too.
Yeah.
And you have to watch the other Saw movies to really appreciate some of these older ones. And obviously Jigsaw is one of the greatest killers in horror history. It's not even close. Like he's up there with you want to put the slashers up there. These are not slasher movies, but he's an all-time great horror icon, without a doubt.
Yeah, not to cut you off, but Saw 2, you really get like more in depth into him, and like it's just learning his backstory and him is perfect.
It makes you appreciate the first movie so much more when you watch like the rest of the series, like I said, the second one, and more about it. So it's definitely important to watch the other ones. I have Saw 1 as a very strong 8 out of 10, very strong 8 out of 10. And the only reason I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 is because there are some really cringy acting in this movie. I mean, I don't want to really butcher it because the fucking kills are great. The twists are legendary, like legit legendary twists with Zepp's game, with the ending, with the way that's shot, with Adam in the forefront of the shot. In the background, you have Jigsaw kind of getting up and leaving, and shutting the door with the famous quotes and the great. Who's it? Hans Zimmer who makes the song. Is it Hans Zimmer?
I actually don't know.
The guy who does that composition is fucking phenomenal score. 8 out of 10. I love this movie. If it wasn't for the cringing acting, it's probably a 9.
Okay, we'll go to Jen.
Hello. So just a note, the person who did the score, Charlie Clouser, had just 3 weeks.
It's okay. Yeah.
Had just 3 weeks to compose the score for the film.
Is Hans Zimmer the guy that does the
Just a
Halo
little
stuff?
Yeah, it's the Halo.
Oh, okay. He's the Halo fucking guy. That's where he is.
You
There
made
you
me
go.
think for a second. I was like, man, he's really killing it. He really.
So I'm gonna. I do this a lot. I'm gonna kind of go in between you guys. I am gonna give this a 9 out of 10 because I would definitely watch this again. I watched this twice before we filmed. Like I watched it. I've obviously seen it like when I was way younger, when it came out and all that, and I didn't watch it consistently through the years. Just in general, I have friends who are big fans of this whole series. Obviously, the first one, all of our opinion, is the best. But yeah, I'm going to give it a 9 because I'm going to watch it again. Like I called up young Dan because I knew he hadn't seen this. And I was like, well, you're watching it with me tomorrow. So make yourself free. I love this. The cringy parts don't really bother me all that much. They're there, but this was like Lee Winnell and James Wan's first film. So I really don't mind them. Honestly, I still think it's so well done. I enjoyed this so much, and I'm definitely going to watch it again. So take it away. Sauce, Mike.
Yeah, a lot of points that Brian made are the same that I feel. This movie is just like, it's just super duper iconic, especially for like this group of friends that we're in. The acting, like watching back on it, because like if you watch it the first time, you're more so captivated by everything, like the intricacies of the traps, all the cool stuff that's happening with the kills, the plot twists. It kind of takes away from the bad acting the first time you watch it because you're so mesmerized by every single little thing that's going on. But when you watch it back, you're just like, man, like this was like pretty rough from like performance from these guys. But besides that, I remember like so clearly the night me and Mike G saw it in theaters, leaving the theater with my mind absolutely blown.
Yes.
From the, like the twist alone, I could just watch that. Like, give me a synopsis of the movie and then tell me that's the twist. My mind would be blown. But I also left the theater actually appreciating my life a little more. I'm not even joking about that because the movie made you think, like, if you're put in this situation, can you actually do it? Like, it's just a moral game that actually plays with the viewer. Do you guys do 0.5s or no? Like,
Nah, gotta go straight number.
Straight. I am going to give it a 9.
Fair.
Awesome.
Strong
movie.
9, light 9.
A big 9.
Big 9. Like
Big 9. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
A big, thick Pikachu 9.
A big, thick clapping, some Pikachu cheeks, as Shane said. 9. And this movie will forever be cherished. I know in all our hearts, like a very, very special.
Without
place.
a doubt.
For sure. All right, Mike.
So I'm just going to basically echo you, Shane. This movie's a 10 for me. I give it a nostalgia bump.
Yeah.
No passion here for me, but nostalgia alone, my God, watching this movie this morning just made me feel,
Yeah.
But the acting, it's not great. But I look past all that. This movie's a literal classic. The kills, the games, the twist alone, just S tier. It's basically like, you ever seen that show, like What Would You Do? It's basically that. Like, gets you thinking, yeah, man. Tobin Bell's voice.
Perfect.
Iconic.
My God.
Perfect.
Yeah. The movie's a
Wish we were
solid 10
related.
for me, man.
There we go.
I love it. Classic.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen. Now that we have gotten our reviews out of the way, who do we have the pleasure of putting in our Necronomicon and lying to for the rest of their spirited life that we
Yes.
may want to resurrect them, but we probably won't. We're too lazy. It'll eventually just be forgotten. It'll be with the leprechaun. They'll be really upset because they're also in the Jin's lamp, but we're gonna ignore that and we're just gonna lie to them for the next like several years until we forget about them. So who do we want to give that opportunity to?
There's so many
I don't even know where to
fucking
fuck-
options.
I
Fuck
actually
it.
know, like right off the bat, who I'm giving it to.
Me too.
I'm open to anyone.
I'm giving it to the guy with the candle and
Yeah.
That's a good one.
given no chance.
Candle burner.
I almost feel like I'm doing him dirty putting him the Necronomicon because we're giving him double no chance at coming back to life here. He was given the shaft.
He
in this
was.
thing.
That
That's
leprechaun's
always
gonna pogo stick him forever.
It's either him or Zep. So I'd be
Yeah.
fine with either of those two. So that is my vote. Either that guy with the candle or Zep.
Bro, hear me out real quick.
I'm gonna hear it.
What about Detective Singh?
Yeah.
Homie
That's
gets,
not a bad one
Shot.
either.
Yeah.
you know, like the double tap from Zombieland? Homie
Yeah.
gets like 18
If-
taps.
That like fucking.
If he had just gone to the bar, he would have been fine.
That is true too.
When I saw that, I was like, that's necro worthy. And you should listen to me because I'm wearing a Reptar shirt.
Yeah, that's pretty Tommy of you.
It's a really Tommy.
That's a
move.
very
That's
Tommy
Tommy.
move.
So
It's
Tommy.
very Tommy move. What are you thinking?
Big Tommy
Dude,
vibes.
this is one of the freaking hardest ones I've had.
It
to do
really
so
is.
far,
This
man.
movie is wild.
I was originally thinking what Ant was saying, only because of how literally impossible that is to get to do. I also was thinking the dude with the ginormous question mark that gets fucking scalped by
That's
Amanda.
a big fact.
So I think I'm gonna go with that one
Who?
just to change it up. The guy with the question mark that gets scalped by Amanda. Only 'cause Amanda is legit one of my favorite characters in the series. I think she's phenomenal, and I love her story arc.
Oh, that
The
guy.
thing is, like, I'm trying to just think in the gap of Saw 1 though, and I gotta try to put the other movies aside.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to
I
separate them.
forgot about him.
So like in that context, I probably shouldn't go with the dude with that gets it, but it's fucking brutal, and she escapes the
is.
trap. So I'm gonna go with that guy.
Okay, Jen.
Yeah, he didn't even have an opportunity.
I don't even think he has a fucking name. Does he have a name?
He doesn't.
So Shane actually mentioned that there is actually like a 10-minute side clip you could watch of him failing his game, putting him in that situation.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a little like short
Oh.
movie they did of him.
So I also really love the shot of Amanda holding the bloody
It's
intestines
awesome.
for the key.
It's awesome.
So cool.
They probably did that just because like there
People
was
had
probably so
questions.
much like that guy got shafted big time. Like, how did he get there?
I don't really have a recommendation. I was kind of open to putting anyone in our Necronomicon in this movie because I really couldn't choose. I was like, I don't know. There were so many really great deaths in this movie. It was like Jigsaw is a true genius. So I don't know. And I don't have like a specific love for one character over another. I mean, I obviously love Amanda more than the rest of them, but she didn't die. So we're not going to torture her any further. Any of the others can be tortured. Do you guys want to, how many votes do we have?
Well, so it basically comes down to question mark guy, Sing, and Mark, right? So
Do we want to do the dice rolling thing?
Well, you guys are not gonna pick one, or you're not gonna choose one, Shane?
this is tough.
It is tough because they've all made very good points on the other people.
Man, how should we do this?
We roll a D4, 1, 2, 3, and 4 is a reroll.
All right, I will pull up a D4 on the Google app.
So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and 4 is a reroll.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Necronomicoin, which is really a
Nice.
necro die.
Yeah, we should make a necro die.
That would be awesome.
That'd be sick.
All right, so what number
would that
are we
look like,
going?
though?
4 is a reroll.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3. and
Okay.
4 reroll.
1.
Okay.
Mark.
Mark.
Mark it is.
I'm cool with that.
Who's Mark?
He is
Mark-
the fire trap.
Mark is the guy that never had a chance of surviving.
Oh, he's the fire trap. His name is
Yes.
Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Mark.
I'll show how much I pay attention.
Shane, what do you got to say about old Mark?
What I have to say is, Mark, you were put in a trap that had no means of escape. Yeah, you could
we
have gotten
didn't like
into
you
the
that
safe,
much.
but there was actually no way of you getting into the safe because there was about 17,000 million numbers on the wall.
Literally covered the whole entire room.
Also, let's be honest, you really only were stealing workers' comp. Is that really a death sentence?
That's another thing. Yeah, you got to point
I
there.
think that's the biggest point of it all. And I mean, man, we are really, really sorry that you were put in this shitty situation to begin with. So for that,
Jigsaw had a particular hate for you.
yeah, we're going to honor you in our Necronomicon.
Close that shit. There you go.
That was cool.
And that is episode 50. Thank you,
We did it, boys.
Mike
5-0.
G and Sauce McGavin for
Thank you
coming
for
on the
coming on.
5-0.
Thank you for your support, guys. It means so much. I want to give a shout outs to all you guys, all of our people that watch us on a weekly basis. Also our fans too, because we have some really good fans
We do.
that give us feedback.
We do.
Thank you all for listening up to this episode. We hope we continue. We hope to get to know you more and chat and do all that fun stuff.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you. We're proud of you too.
Thanks. But it's about you guys. This is your big 50th. It's a big jump, like literally a huge jump from my first time I was on the podcast sitting in front of Brian's computer
In that
in
hot
the
ass room.
sauna of
My
a room
God.
to moving to this lavish studio, celebrating the big 50 with the Scream Queen and the boys.
Where me and Brian had to put our mouths basically next to each other on the same mic.
Hooking up during COVID.
Yeah,
My God.
it was good times. So
Oh, yeah, Shane sucked so many fingers.
yeah,
Yeah.
I had to suck one finger for the 50th.
It was a good suck.
It was
right
a
in front of
great
my
suck.
face.
Great suck.
You sucked at least 2 fingers.
No, only one on this episode. It was just Mike's.
This sucked one of my fingers.
I did. You're right. Jeez, I guess I'm a finger sucker, ladies. All right. With all that said, we are the final podcast signing off for the 50th time, and we will see you next week for the 51st time in literally a haunted house. So if you haven't already, please follow us on Facebook and Twitter at The Final Pod Ever. Follow us on Instagram at The Final Podcast. And if you haven't, please give us a 5-star rating on Apple. It really, really helps Apple, push out our content and recommend us to other people to listen to.
Fucking long episode.